Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast. It is officially 2026. It is the first day of 2026, and we have a bunch of interesting random topics to talk about tonight. So hope everybody is in for or ready to be excited, I guess is the best word, because we are the best podcast in this time slot anywhere in my region of the United States. Anyway. Get the background music started. My camera was acting up last week, or on Monday, so hopefully it's working okay now. We'll see. New year, new me. No, it's the same old me. New year, same me. Anyway, we had two people in the green room. One person had to restart their computer, but we do have Darren.
Hello.
Good to see you. You weren't able to make it on the last stream. Everybody said you were like really tired or something when you ended your stream on the other night, or you were sleepy or something. I don't remember exactly what the term was, but they were like, he seemed really exhausted. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. I mean, I had filmed like 3 things that day, like, kind of back to back. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let them chill. I'm gonna let them do their show.
That's cool.
How
are you?
New Year's. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you go first. What were we gonna say?
How was your New Year's?
Very busy. I worked last night. Today was a scramble to get stuff together because I was there very, very late last night. And I wanted to sleep as late as possible. And then I had a bunch of stuff to do today. So it's been a very interesting day for me. But a lot of fun. People, surprisingly, in my job, because I work a gig work or whatever, a lot of people were very thankful and gave me a lot of shots last night. So I ended up having way too much to drink, but it's okay. I didn't drink and drive, so that's a good thing. And we also have Bob just showed up here. So Bob's in the building. Good to see you, Bob. How was your guys' New Year's? What did you do? Anything exciting? Anything fun?
I worked until 8 on New Year's Eve, and I had to be in it at 5 on New Year's Day. So I did end up staying up and watching the ball drop and then passing out immediately. Party!
Oh, that's pretty fun. What about you, Darren? What did you do for New Year's?
I mean, work was insane. I worked. Like New Year's Eve is crazy in like retail, but worked, came home, did the Stranger Things 2-hour finale, and then we brought the New Year in with Council last night, which was very fun, very chaotic. And then, I had to get up at 5 a.m. for work. Just for me to only have to do a 4-hour shift where no one came into the store because everyone was drunk. But right. Besides that, it was very fun.
If you work retail, New Year's Eve, it's busy as all hell. And then New Year's Day,
dead.
Yep.
I could have not shown up and they wouldn't have noticed because there was nothing to do.
At work we had quite a few things to catch up on, so we were busy all day. But it wasn't like customer service as it normally is.
Sure.
How about the overall holidays? Oh, go ahead, finish, Darren. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I do the buggies outside, so if there's no customers, I don't have a job. So that's kind of the vibe of that.
Yeah, I hang out in the back and cut steaks and shit.
How about the Christmas holiday for you guys? Is everything good for that, or? I know that. I spoke to Darren last week, but Bob, I hadn't talked to you much because we didn't do a show cast, so I didn't know if everything was going on with you.
Oh yeah, no, I celebrated Christmas like the Sunday before Christmas because that's when I would have my kids, and it was great. And then I wanted to start watching the new set of Stranger Things before my daughter left, but unfortunately, that was the one set that they didn't release on an Eve. They released on Christmas Day, which is just evil. Everything else is released on the Eve. So right now I'm just waiting for my daughter till I pick her up, and then we can get caught up on Stranger Things.
Okay. We're not going to do any, by the way, in the chat, we're not doing Stranger Things spoilers tonight, so that's not happening. We will do a spoiler chat on Stranger Things on Monday. So, let's see. Get my goal started in the 2 chats. We're doing a really simple one tonight. Again, five super chats of any tier. We'll hit the goal in either stream. Real easy, real simple, laid back tonight. Not a lot going on. Actually, so it's really funny. When we were getting stuff out of the garage to put away our Christmas stuff, we found a box of things from my mom's house. And I actually found the box where the local paper covered me when I was like 14 years old. And they covered me for being like this genius artist thing or whatever. I don't remember what they called it. But I was, because I don't know if a lot of people know in the chat or maybe some people know here. I actually spent a year in New York trying to get a job with Marvel as an artist. Like I lived there for almost a year trying to get a job for Marvel. And before I left to go up there when I was 14, they had like a comic book summer camp, comic book art summer camp at the local library. And I went there, like paid to go to this summer camp because my mom was like, you love to draw, you love comic books. It makes sense for you to go to the summer camp. Within the first day of being there, they had us like drawing panels. They brought in these panels and Xerox pages for Marvel. Within a day of them doing that, the teacher was just like, I think you're way more advanced than what this was supposed to be, because it was really like teaching people how to do it. And so they ended up refunding my money, and I helped teach the summer camp. Like I was there as like a helper. And the local paper came in and did an expose on that. And I got the front page of the paper. And I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff here, some of the pictures. So first of all, here was the article. I think this is the actual newspaper. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want it to rip. Is this the actual paper, or is it? Ooh, where's it at? No, I think this is part of the paper. Yeah, this is just part of it. But here's the pictures. So this was the first picture of me at 14.
Oh, wow.
Very serious.
That was me at 14. And the caption on the back here, because it says photo caption for the picture, like what the photographer put, was a lot of talent, Eric of Suffolk, cartoonist, hobbyist. So that's kind of
very cool.
Funny. And then they took some pictures of the artwork itself from the camp, which is here, of me drawing at camp. So it's hard to see, but I'll blow it up here. Hold on.
Oh, whoa. That looks good.
Yeah, so I was doing like they were using.
No wonder. Oh my god.
Yeah, at the time that these were the panels they were using, and you see that has the bubbles in it already, and then you had to draw into the space or whatever. And it says here, Eric at work on one of his cartoons. And this was at the camp, so that's what I was doing there. Also, I thought it was kind of funny, not related to comic books or whatever, but I have pictures of. How many are there? Oh my gosh, it's all of my prom pictures, right? So I went to prom junior and senior year for both my school and the rival high school. And I went with every time I went with one of my friends. So here is my junior year. My junior year with my friend Meg.
Okay.
My hair is crazy.
I see it, though. I see it.
Crazy. Okay. Here are my two senior years. One of them is with my friend Kim, and that is here. I was going through a phase with hair color, but here I go right there.
Wow.
That was me
I
as
went
a senior.
through a phase of hair color, but was mid-20s.
And then at the opposite high school, I went with my friend Maria, and my hair was like not blonde anymore. So there's me in my suit. So I dress up every once in a while. You can get me a suit and tie once in a while. Anyway, I thought that was kind of fun. It was I only found them because we were going through boxes to like pack everything up. So I thought it was pretty hilarious. Eric looks like Paigey. What are you? Do you see it? Do you see the Paigey resemblance in my high school photos? A little bit.
A little tiny itty bit. Not much.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, you got to remember, I was in high school between 89 and 93. So I was literally in high school when Stranger Things, like the finale was taking place.
Yeah.
So that's how old I am. I actually grew up, like, technically age-wise, I would be the same age group as those kids in Stranger Things. And I think Bob, you're pretty close, aren't you? To that?
I'm 44.
Okay, so you would have been like, so you're a 90s kid, basically.
Yeah. My high school years would have been 96 to 2000.
Gotcha. Damn, I'm old. Yeah, I know. Blonde doesn't work for me. That's why there's only one picture of me with blonde hair. So, yeah, unk status for sure. But there might be more damning photos of me in these boxes as I go through them. So who knows what it's going to come up with. But I thought it was kind of fun because I did try to get a job working at Marvel, basically copying the styles of some of the other artists back in the day. But I was really good at doing that. So 89, you would have been 1. Jeez. By the way, without spoiling it, I feel like I was in an abusive relationship with Stranger Things in the finale. I have literally 2 different opinions about it. And I want to talk about it, but I also know a lot of people haven't seen it yet. But I will say this, and this is sort of a little sneak peek of like Monday when we talk about it with spoilers. So I want to talk about the whole season and the whole series on Monday. But I see why they made it a 2-hour episode instead of 2 1-hour episodes, because part of that would have been trashed so badly if it were an individual episode.
I do think it should have been 2 episodes, but like added stuff in. Like I do think like actually I should wait because I don't want to get into spoilers for it, but I did want to. I wanted just a little bit more time with some of the things that they were doing.
So Ray says, I thought Eric and I were around the same way. I was so wrong. It's really funny because when I'm on a podcast with guys that are in my sort of decade of ages, they always think I'm the youngest and I'm always the oldest, which I think is hilarious. I don't think I have been on stream with anyone older than me. I think I'm the oldest person that's been in any stream that I've been in, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. It makes me feel bad, but I guess that's a good thing. So.
I mean, when we
maybe
first
that's
started
why I like
this,
streaming with you, because I'm no longer the oldest.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought you were much younger than you were when we started doing all our stuff. Like I thought you were in like your young 30s. I was like, oh wow, yeah, you look around our. Yeah.
I will literally be 50 in March.
You look good, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I get up every day. I have my little routine that I do. It's a thing. I don't really want to do like the getting old, plastic surgery, Botox, all that shit that people typically do. I just want to grow old gracefully. That's all I want. And that's it. If I can do that, then I'm good. So I'm not ashamed of like, wrinkles and stuff like that. Doesn't bother me. All right. So today we have 2 major topics. And then in the second hour, if you guys want to go ahead and write down, we're going to do 3. We'll do 3 because I think we're going to end up having 4 or 5 people here. Your 3 favorite movies of 2025 and 3 of your least favorite movies of 2025. And this is going to be just kind of a discussion thing because I feel like people are going to have a lot of the same answers. So you're muted, Darren.
Is it best and worst movie?
Yeah. 3. Well, best, worst, your favorite, your least favorite. Like that's kind of what it goes for, right? And you could justify whatever that is, but it's going to be a conversation. I'm not doing like a round robin thing because I feel like we'll just have everybody sort of say what theirs are, and then if you have a similar one, you can be like, well, this is mine was number blah blah blah, and then we'll talk about it because I have a feeling some of the movies will cross over with each other. So, and I don't think it'll be fair to like subtract people's. Personal favorites list of 2025 because there's not a lot of like stuff to pull from. So
we're gonna do that. Podcast episodes being like, what movie did I see in 2025?
We're gonna talk about Zootopia as well, and I want to talk about the MCU marketing video. I did a separate video about it today, but I want to talk about it on stream. What else do I have in my notes? There was a Wonder Man teaser that popped out today. I haven't watched it yet. There's a Muppet Show revival trailer that popped out today. So we'll watch both of those on the stream. So yeah, we have a few different topics to go over. Nate says, I'm the opposite of that. I'm 22 years old, yet I look 30. Yeah. Lone Wolf popping in. Yeah, I messaged Lone Wolf. I was like, "Are you okay? I haven't seen you in a while." Happy New Year, guys. Just want to say sorry I vanished for a bit. Life was busy. I felt like being online the last few weeks was very negative and burned me out. Needed a bit of decompression. That's fine. And I wasn't trying to like get you to just come back. Like I just was making sure you were okay. So glad to hear you're okay. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have a lot of different opinions about the marketing thing. Ronan has joined in the back, so let's add Ronan on. What's going on, Ronan? Are you on the road? You're out working? What's going on?
What's up, fellas? No, I've been editing all day, and I'm like, you know what? I'll go mobile because I don't want to be on my ass anymore on a chair. And it's like, let me just lay back and like, I'll be on my phone and I'm here.
Okay, yeah. Usually you're in a car or something. That's why I was like, maybe Ronan's out and about. So,
I would have been. I was potentially gonna go see the finale again in theaters, but I was like, I don't know.
So, did you? Oh, it didn't sell out. You're talking about Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
It didn't sell out near you. Like all of them were still available, or
it's still nearly sold out. There's still a few seats open here and there in the showtime, but we have there's like a showtime in every hour. So maybe at the 11th, 12 hour in my time zone, I might go watch it, but depends how I feel.
Right. So the first thing I want to do here. Oh, by the way, how was your New Year's?
It was good.
Right.
Mostly, it was just focusing on Stranger Things. To be quite frank, like I was watching it, reviewed it, editing, shut up on console, and then started re-editing again because I was putting out shorts, TikToks. It was. I barely remember that. All I remember, I just ate, and then I was just watching Stranger Things. That's all I remember.
Oh, fair enough. The first thing I want to start talking about, because I think we can get this out of the way, is this video that was dropped by the Russo brothers. We're going to watch the clip here. I don't know if everybody's seen it or not. But this is the clip that came out. And I made a video about it. If you guys want to hear my individual thoughts in detail, you can go check that video out, because this is kind of be more of like an open conversation. But this was dropped on all social media. It's not just Twitter. Yeah. It says the Russo brothers have shared a new video of fans reacting to the first Avengers Doomsday teaser, which would be the Captain America one. And I don't know if they showed them any of the other ones, because I feel like this was filmed like 2 weeks ago. So we do have the Thor to look at. We will watch that tonight as well. It's finally out.
I mean, we'll get to it, but like, I definitely thought the Thor one was so much better.
I don't like the Captain America one. To be honest, we talked about it.
Yeah.
I thought it was really stupid. I thought it was boring. It didn't make me hype at all. It actually made me a little bit sad, not because I don't want him to come back as Captain America, but because of the fact that I feel like it didn't feel authentic to me. The trailer didn't feel authentic. So,
like, if they bring him back and it's like some sort of alternate universe version and he's evil, I'm much better with it. But like, as it is, it just feels like, hey guys, remember this? Remember this guy from the past? He'll be back. And I'm like, I love him, but like, he had his ending. I don't need him to come back. I want to give Sam some time.
I don't think he's going to be like our Steve. I think it's a Steve from another like timeline or something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way to make it feel good is if it is another Steve. You know what I mean?
I hope it's just like Rob Downey Jr. and Doctor Doom, where they're bringing him back, but it's going to be an evil variant or something.
Yeah. All right, so let's watch this in its totality. Now, if you're watching this on playback, there's a high possibility that even though this is a promotional video and they want to use it to promote the trailer, that this will get claimed, which is ironic considering the circumstances behind this teaser. So let's watch this.
Whoa.
Holy cow. It says press play.
You only ever get to watch something for the first time once. Like, this is it. Okay, here we go.
3, 2.
Oh, so watch it for the first time once. Interesting. Interesting that a lot of them are pretending that this is their first time seeing this. Let's continue.
2, 1. Oh my gosh!
I don't even know what it is yet.
Wait a minute. Do you notice that one... What?
That was amazing. No, Darren literally took like the guy goes, "Oh my god!" and it's a shot of like a motorcycle driving, and it's just like
Oh yeah.
What?
Mhm.
Like,
Like,
yeah,
but-
like you don't know what it is yet. You just have music.
Look,
yeah,
look at this though. Why are they allowed to film this on their phones?
that was
I don't-
hilarious to me. That was hilarious.
Like you're
Maybe
watching
it's like the
it
day
there, and
before
you're
they're
you're
releasing it on YouTube. And
yeah, but why would you do that? Like you can't upload it. They know who you are.
Yeah.
I wonder
Like-
if it's of their face. Like, I wonder if they want the like reaction of their reaction. Almost.
Maybe, but you're filming it like not horizontal, or you're
Yeah,
filming it
like you
horizontal and not vertical.
Mhm.
Oh well. Anyway,
Oh my god, what is this?
the most boring teaser in the existence of all
Yeah.
teasers. Oh, that's new rock stars, Eric Voss.
There's Soups. Sure, I watched a day earlier.
Yep, he made content about it.
So did Eric Moss.
Yep, I'm pretty sure all of these people did, because they're all influencers. Look at the fake reaction.
Oh my god.
That theme. It's just hearing that theme.
This is so cringe to me. I'm sorry.
I know. You know, my daughter and I were joking. Oh, that's Steve Rogers Jr. and he's returning.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm like.
Oh my god, most
Oh,
underwhelming Avengers
it's so
teaser ever.
sweet.
Most
I can't breathe. Oh my gosh.
December 18th, 2026.
Here we go. 11 months, 29 days. The countdown has begun.
Oh my god.
So my issue. Look, I'm gonna let everybody speak on this, but let me tell you what my issue is on this. I fight tooth and nail every day that people are not shills. They're not doing this because they're getting paid. That everybody's doing this because they're genuine and they love this. This marketing makes it really hard to hold that position without being critical about this. I think this is everything wrong with what Marvel's doing right now.
I mean, let's be real. Shill is a real thing. It's just the problem is it gets overused. There are people like, you know, you and me who just honestly critique stuff, and we get called shills just because we're honestly critiquing it. When there are people who kind of are fucking shills.
Here's the weird thing, that like, if I got invited, would I go to this? Fuck yeah! But
Sure.
I would make it clear that I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
a reactor. Is there any way I can record myself watching this? And if they say yes, and they say, oh, we actually want to record you as well, I'm like, cool, okay. And but knowing that like the fan base are gonna be potentially seeing leaks, people gonna be like, well, how come you don't react to it? Where's your video? And all I have to do just to make bygones be clear that like I can't react to it. ... More info soon. And then you wait for this and be like, this is why I couldn't react to a leaked trailer then, because I got invited to the Russo Brothers' home base, and like I don't want to pass up that opportunity. And but here's the weird thing, that like, listen, I react to it. I'm enthusiastic. I'm pumped. I'm energetic. And again, I'm not trying to judge people's enthusiasm and energy when they do reaction videos. But sometimes I feel like some folks may or may not have taken like 3 cups of like Red Bull or Monster before pressing record. And like sometimes I worry, am I being too relaxed, too casual for reaction? Because sometimes my hair's messy. I'm like, yo, I just woke up. It's 5 a.m. Marvel put out a teaser, so I guess I gotta react to it. All right. And I'm like, am I being too transparent? Am I being too like honest about it? But this is very like muddy water, because I don't mind them inviting influencers to react to stuff.
I don't either.
As long as the influencers are transparent to their audience, like, listen, we're not gonna react to this because can't talk about it, more info soon. And then like, all right, good enough. They probably got invited to a special thing. And also, I think somebody else, you guys, I know Eric, you probably brought it up. I know Jordan did, and I know somebody else did, where like Marvel shaking hands with people who are covering leaked stuff. That's where like, yo, what does that mean? That means like we could watch leaked stuff, but we don't get invited to this stuff. Like, what are you trying to say? And like,
absolutely, yeah,
very Game of Thrones. Very Game of Thrones.
Darren, did you have something you wanted to say? Because I have a few more things I want to say.
I have so many thoughts on it. I mean, I think this probably, proves why this method of what they've been doing is just a bad method of doing the like, okay, we're putting it in theaters first, and where there's 4 separate things, and people have seen it online and blurry images before it even comes out, and the fact that these guys can have had this kind of pre-just reaction to this or knows what's coming before, I think makes it more fake. Because I think a lot of these people, like, I have my problems with Soups. I'm not going to pretend I don't. But, like, I do think he is mostly really excited most of the time. This was clearly fake. He clearly knew what was happening and he was putting on a performance.
Well, he put out a tweet defending it.
Mm-hmm.
He put out a tweet saying that he had already watched the cam rip, meaning that this was a fake reaction.
You know what I would have preferred? And this is something a lot of studios already did. Our friend Draven got to be part of this for the Ballerina movie, is where studios will gather all the reaction videos from the internet. They reach out to the creator and they say, hey,
Yeah.
putting together a thing, can we add your reaction to this thing? They did that with Legends of Tomorrow in their 5th season, where they got like Married to the Real and Blind Wave, and it's like, hey, we want to put you in the show. Can we put you in the TV show and showcase our love for you? That would have been better. Have this just be public. Have Soups and all, Blind Wave and, your show, Eric, where like you will watch it, and like all these people on the internet, and put them together and have that be the like celebration. And because they market this as like the like celebration of fans, is like this doesn't feel like the fans like reaction to it. This feels like the like top 1% of what Marvel views as their fans, and then everyone below them who had to see a blurry image online for a week before we actually got to see the trailer. It doesn't exactly sit right with me.
Well, go ahead, Bob.
I was just gonna say, like, I remember all the leaked images of this teaser before it came out. And I remember thinking, "There's no way this is real." They usually knocked out of the park their teasers, and I'm really excited to see it. And I don't think this is real. It's probably AI or some crap. It's probably garbage. And then sitting in the theater for Avatar 3, and then be like, "Oh, here it is. It's starting." And then realizing it's all genuine, and my heart sinking in that theater, just being like, "Oh, this is real." And like, and there's no wonder they won't want me to do a reaction like this, because you don't want to film me just going, "Oh no, no, don't do this. Do something with the new characters that we've barely seen."
Well, I want to say, I've got a bunch of thoughts about this. I went over a lot of my video, but first of all, it's one of the worst teasers Marvel's ever released.
Yeah,
this is a bad teaser. It's an out of context moment that doesn't make sense, that doesn't feel it feels like an AI trailer. And I don't know if that was done on purpose or not, but it's not very good. Ronan was saying that was laughing when Darren said something about like, what are they screaming about? It's like the very beginning of the teaser. The only reason they would be screaming is because they've already seen it and they know what it is.
Like, again, even if I'm watching it, like maybe when you see the shot of the house, because they recognize the house, it's from Endgame. Like, all right, cool. But like, and like, can I say that like, it's sad that like it's going down this way, because I don't mind dropping 4 teasers a week. I don't mind that. That's a unique strategy. It's never been done before. But do it officially, because guess what? I checked my calculations. Thor and Cap's teaser dropped around the exact same time on the exact same day of the week. Guess what? I'm willing to bet next week on the same day at the same time, another teaser is gonna drop. And that teaser, sadly, I know stuff going into it, and it would have been so much fun, and it would have made my day so much more fuller if I had gone in blind, as dark as a bat, and not know anything. And then you see me generally like these guys freaking out because. And again, I didn't want to say it, even though people know what it is, that like something genuine from my childhood is coming back.
Yeah.
That I didn't think they would go back in a particular way that I've been wanting them to come back. And it's sad that like I'm pumped to still like, freak out and watch it, because and I haven't seen it yet, but I want to watch it in 4K. And I want to do a video about it and break down, you should read these books and this books and this character and this character. But I was like, I don't want to do that right now, because I might get views right now. I might get my algorithm might grow, but like there is a line I don't want to cross, and this one I'm not willing to cross for me.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead, Darren.
Like about how they're doing these trailers, I think it's like it's so close to being amazing marketing but they just like dropped the ball on one thing, and that's just by putting it in the theaters first. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard the rumors or not, but like it's even rumored now there are going to be more than 4. Is that they're going to just kind of keep doing these little ones week by week until we get to the Super Bowl in February. And that's such a good marketing idea. Like, there are so many characters in Doomsday that they realistically could put new minute trailers out for months straight, and we would still have characters to show off. Like, they could do that. But I don't know.
I was just gonna say that also begs, why start with the Steve Rogers one when did they expect? The only thing I can figure is they thought everybody would be pumped for Steve Rogers. Like, if they buried this in the middle of like a whole bunch of them, I'd be like, oh, well, okay, we get a whole bunch of other characters.
I mean, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories on why Steve Rogers is the first one. But I want to comment here before I go any further on these 2 comments here from Ghost Bumbles here. I like it not as a teaser for Doomsday itself, but announcement of Steve. No, it absolutely is a promo for Doomsday. I mean, that's the whole, like, I'm not trying to sound demeaning here or like talking down or whatever, but this is literally the promo cycle for Doomsday. Like that's what this is. So, and I understand what you're saying, right? But you say here they're also doing it on purpose so people go buy tickets for Avatar. It's working. You think people are paying money for Avatar tickets to watch this teaser and then sit through like a 3-hour movie?
I've heard no one that didn't already want to go.
No,
see
I just don't.
Avatar.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't think that's real.
Anyway, so.
Like, I don't think that's real, Ghost Bumble. Like, I'm
think it's
sorry.
Again,
It's on YouTube. It's on.
Yeah.
yeah, like you would have thought they might sell like, what do we do this event where like for $1 you can go watch a trailer in the movie theater and talk about it on which again it'd be silly, but like you'd sell money, but like. Again, I don't. Here's the weird part that I don't dislike the teaser. I don't mind it. Like it was cool. Like again, before I saw it, a day or 2, I had seen like a screenshot and people were talking about it. I'm like, what the fuck? And I thought it was AI.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I want to say this. So here's the way these things work, right? If your claim is that people are going to Avatar just to see this teaser, then you need to provide evidence for that, because my claim is not that they are or they aren't. I just don't believe they are. But that doesn't mean they're not. But your claim is that they are. So do you have some sort of like, is there some article or something that was written that says that we know for sure, we polled people when they come out of theaters and they said they watched Avatar, 9 hours of Avatar to get 3 teasers for Doomsday? I just don't believe that. I don't think that's true. No. If anything, people would go in, they would watch the teaser, they would get a refund on their ticket. Like, that's what would happen, and that doesn't help the sales of Avatar. It actually hurts Avatar if people are going in, buying a ticket, and then refunding it so no one else can buy that ticket.
The reason why they give Avatar something like Avengers is because Avatar is a huge franchise.
Right.
Pretty much Avatar and Avengers are your 2 borderline guaranteed $1 billion franchises right now. They release something, it'll be $1 billion. So that's why they put it on there, because Avatar is huge.
Avatar, right? So this teaser, I think that people have it backwards, right? Yeah. The teaser is not going in front of Avatar for people to buy tickets to see the teaser. The teaser is for when people buy tickets to see Avatar, they see a teaser for Doomsday. Yep. That's how the advertising works. It's not the other way around. People aren't buying tickets for a trailer. That's just the way marketing is. But go ahead. Bob.
I know somebody brought up Phantom Menace, and I think another thing that's worth pointing out, Phantom Menace was before YouTube. They couldn't just go watch it whenever they wanted to.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing those interviews in the documentary of people being like, you went to go pay a movie theater just to go watch the trailer. And like, but again, that was almost as an event. It's like early days of internet. Like that, I would have done that in the 90s. I would have done that. But again, I know friends of mine who did that for the prologue of Odyssey. Like, and I'm like, was it worth it? Like, just to like go get a refund and watch it? They're like, oh yeah, do 6 minutes of glory. I'm like, all right, cool.
I just want to put this out there. Avatar doesn't need Avengers. Right? It's almost at 900 million worldwide, and it's on track right now to get at least 1.5 billion. This doesn't need Marvel's last 3 movies didn't get anywhere close to this numbers, this money. So this is not a situation where they're trying to get people to go see Avatar. They're using Avatar to bring eyes back to the MCU. That's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
But I still don't like the marketing for it. I don't like it.
Yes.
Okay, so let me get back to this quickly, and then we'll read some super chats. number one, granting special access for influencers who directed people to watch leaked trailers is crazy. A lot of these influencers not only reacted to cam rips, and I'm not chastising them for that. Marvel, you put yourself in this position. Like, them reacting to cam ripped trailers it rests solely on your shoulders. That's the first and foremost, right? But getting invited to do a fake reaction after almost all of these influencers had reacted to it on their social media a couple of days before they probably filmed this is pretty crazy. And Soups put out a tweet defending this, saying, well, it's better to watch it than a cam rip. Soups went and saw it at the theaters. He saw it when he went to see Avatar. He was reacting to the cam rip because that's the only thing he could react to online. I know he went and saw it in theaters. 100%.
Yeah. I think there's also an argument to be like, who is this for? Right? Because general audiences don't know who the fuck these people are. They don't know who Soups is.
But Darren, that's what I mean. This is why it feels like it's manufactured to me when I said this on the last stream, because they're making it seem like these are just people that they've asked to come in and look at the trailer, and they're not. These are all paid influencers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's fascinating because, like, I only recognize 3 people. I only recognize Soups, Eric Voss, and Cam McCarthy. And out of those 3, Cam McCarthy hasn't talked about it. That's what's fascinating to me. Like he has Instagram, he has his own YouTube channel, he has his own Twitter. He hasn't talked about it. I'm like,
well, Eric Voss is from New Rock Stars. He's one of the other people in here as well.
That's what I'm saying. And they've been doing the videos each week.
Yeah,
the teaser's dropping, and so like, I don't mind that. And the others, I don't recognize them. I don't watch their stuff. But like again, the two guys that we saw, oh yeah, they're clearly influencers. Like the way they're holding the phone, like, oh yeah, that's something that like 2025, 2026 influencer like basic level of like, I don't know. Stereotype. I don't know. It's weird, man. Like again, concept, I'm into it. Like execution, dude, I'm knowing shit before I'm watching it. How the fuck how's that immersive?
But that brings us into like, oh sorry, go ahead, Darren.
I was just gonna say like even a better concept is get the cast in here. Get the cast of the movie maybe before they knew, have it like be an announcement for them. Get Chris Hemsworth in here being like, oh, we got Chris Evans back?
Or when they're watching the trailer, as they're watching, the actor walks in behind them. So they turn around and they see the actor there. That adds a level of like, this is playful, it's fun. Like we're trying to really do something here. Instead, this just feels weird. On top of that, like a lot of them are doing damage control. It raises like the question of credibility and whether or not it's genuine and those kinds of things. Everything about this marketing cycle has me annoyed, because it feels to me, and when the grifter channels and the chud channels say it feels like Marvel is desperate, these kinds of things, this specifically looks very desperate.
Yeah. But you know what's funny is those same people are like defending this. Like I've seen so many things like Marvel's finally back. They finally have learned their lesson. I was like,
well, it's because the white guys are coming back.
Yeah,
that's why the white guys are coming back.
It's so
right,
weird.
But as someone who has supported Marvel through the good and the bad times, it bothers me to see that they are being very lazy with their marketing cycle and the cleverness. I didn't enjoy. Look, Darren, I know you did a whole stream on it. I didn't enjoy the chair reveal thing. I didn't like the way that was done. I know that a lot of people did streams where they watched it. And look, for a whole day, Marvel trended. So it made sense in that regard. This situation is weird because you have them coming out with a reaction to the Steve Rogers teaser. And because you're releasing teasers every week, we're already 3 weeks out from this. This wasn't even like they should be reacting to the X-Men teaser. You should have been uploading them reacting to that one. That would have been a real one because they would have seen it before everybody else.
As underwhelmed as I was by the chair reveal, I thought the chair reveal was better than the Steve Rogers trailer.
No, it was 100%. But
I was with Darren. We spent how many? 3 hours, 5 hours? It was like it was literally an excuse to just shoot the shit, and like it was like it might have been us going to the comic book store and just being like, picking up a book and be like,
I
"What do you
agree.
think? Fuck this guy. I don't like this artist." Like,
If I would have known that's what they're doing, I probably would have streamed it too. But for some reason, it just seemed like a fake story to me. I was like, "Is this real? Are they really going to do this?"
dude, I thought it was a joke, dude, because a relative of mine woke me up. He's like, "Look at this shit." I was like, "What?" And it's in my video. I was like, "What the fuck?" Kelsey Grammer, what the fuck?
But I want to also, before we read super chats, I want to say I want Marvel to do well. This isn't me just flipping around and saying fuck Marvel. Like, I want Marvel to do well, just like I want DC to do well, just like I want Star Wars to do well. I want all these things to do well. And I think it's good that Marvel is actually promoting this thing like a year out. I think that's a good idea, right? I think that's fine. My issue is I don't like the fake marketing shit. I'm already not a fan of the way they're doing the teasers. This fake marketing with influencers thing really bothered me.
I mean, I think it's saying something where they've barely been promoting Wonder Man, but the little bit I've seen them promote Wonder Man has got me more excited for that than the Doomsday.
Oh, I'm excited to see the trailer tonight because I haven't seen the new Wonder Man trailer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. Let's do some super chats here. Extra Hero with a $1 super chat, just supporting the stream. Thank you so much, Extra Hero. I appreciate that. That brings us up to one out of 5 on the Debunks channel. I believe it was the Debunks channel. Let me double check. Make sure I got this right. I don't want to get it wrong here. Yes, Extra Hero with the $1 super chat on the Debunks channel. Thank you so much for supporting. Lone Wolf here with a $2 super chat, which is on the Reloaded channel, getting us going on that. Eric Voss, I can give a pass, but Soups. Look, I'm not here. I'll even put this out there. I don't know if I would have turned it down, right? Like if Marvel would have called me up and said, "Hey, we know you already reacted to our trailer. Would you like to come in and get a special like viewing with us or whatever?" Because chances are they didn't know it was the same trailer. I'll give it that. They probably didn't know that it was the Captain America teaser. They thought they were going to see something else. But they got invited by Marvel and they did it.
I could have given them a commentary on the teaser. Like, I would have happily done that. I'm like, you know what? I already reacted to it, but like, I can comment on it as it's dropping and be like, "Oh, this lighting looks better and different than previous Russo Brothers films. Oh, I know what this road is. You know, where do they shoot this at? This location?" Like something like that to differentiate from a reaction to like a review. And I'm like, you can do both.
Yeah, for sure. We do have some super chats here from Silhouetted Animator. This is on the Reloaded channel, giving us 2 out of 5 now. $10 super chat. Thank you so much, and a channel member as well. Notice when rewatching Endgame, the time stone they took from the Ancient One was in the 2012 branched timeline. That was immediately erased by the TVA in Loki. Steve had to have kept it to see Peggy. I think you have another super chat here. Yes, you do. Continuing. Thank you. So it brings us to a 3 out of 5. Also, the time stone affects time directly. No branches. Is that how it functions? I'm blanking on that one.
I guess the big question is there a way for him to get the time stone to the Ancient One and still be in the past with Peggy?
I just want to double check.
I don't think it's impossible, but yeah. I do see where their argument's coming.
Let's see here. Okay, so Endgame's rule with the time travel aspect of the time stone, changing the past creates a branching timeline, but you can't change your own past. However, no, that's not the time stone. That's the the basic time travel rules are changing the past creates a branching timeline, and you can't change your own past. So that's the baseline MCU time travel rule. The time stone is local time manipulation. When the time stone is used to rewind or loop time in a localized way, it does not create a new timeline. So it's a circle basically. Mm-hmm. So it always creates within the same timeline. And the examples that are given here is Doctor Strange versus Dormammu. I came to bargain. Rewinding the apple in Doctor Strange, reversing the fight with Caecilius. So it's holding time within the same timeline. And you know what, that makes sense because I believe maybe it's in the comics. I don't know if they talked about it, or it is in the comics. I don't know if they talked about it in the movies or whatever, but it would, if the time stone created branch timelines, it would create new time stones. So you have like an infinite time stone maker, right? You could just create a timeline, jump back, grab another time stone, and then you'd have 2, or jump back, then you'd have 3, and it would all work because they're all in the same timeline. if they could just do that, like create branch timelines within the time stone. But it's not. It's a localized time control.
So I do see somebody essentially saying Steve create a branch timeline. However, throughout the movies, we do see them talk about, like, Peggy, hooked up with one of the guys Steve worked with or something like that in her later years. And we eventually learned that was Steve. So I don't know if that's technically a branching timeline, the way they're using it.
To be fair, the way they handle time in the MCU is a little wonky anyway.
To be fair, the way anybody handles time travel is going to be wonky in essence. It is,
but we have to remember, though, Loki now is basically in control of time. Like, that's his power.
He's like Uber God, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, like, makes it even worse now that we're, like, combining all these universes together. Like, we're getting, like, the X-Men stuff. It's like, well, their time travel rules are so different than our time travel rules.
Because they've already done it. They did it in the Foxverse. So
yeah.
Okay. We got another super chat here from Lone Wolf. Again, channel member. Starting to think that Nando was right about the teasers seem like Doom is after these characters. Kids, Steve, Thor, Reed, makes me wonder the Doom's plan here. Huh.
I agree.
That's not really a part of the story in the comics, so I wonder what the
It will make more sense when you see the Thor teaser, because there is a similarity between the two
all right.
teasers.
I haven't watched that whole thing, so we'll watch it here in a moment.
You know who else has a child, though? Or has a young child in their thing? That's a big part of the movie?
We'll watch it eventually.
Wakanda.
Oh.
There's a young Wakandan child.
Ooh, yeah.
So I can see that being a part, which I have a theory about what they might be doing, but I'll save that until we talk about.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the very next thing we're going to watch, so we'll get through that here. We have a $2 super chat from Cartoon49. I believe that's in the Debunks channel. Fave A24 films, and have you seen Marty Supreme? It was thumbs up 100.
Ooh.
I still have not seen it yet. Have you seen it yet? Anybody else?
I've heard really good things, but I haven't seen it.
I did a review for it. It is effing wild.
Okay.
It's wild. I really dug it. It's not my favorite movie of 2025. And it just and I love ping pong. I love table tennis. And it just, like, you put that with, like, scenarios of, like, this guy is just going down a rabbit hole and doesn't know when to, like, quit. And it's worth watching. It is 2.5 hours, but Timothy does a good job. I forget the new actress, but she's also in I Love LA. She was great in the film as well. What Gwyneth Paltrow does is bonkers in the movie, and it's definitely worth watching. And favorite A24 films, I'm gonna go with Ex Machina. I'm gonna go with Civil War. I'm gonna go with Hereditary, and
For a second,
I really like Everywhere.
Everything everywhere all at once is probably my favorite. That's probably my favorite.
I like it.
Oh,
Ex
Everything
Machina still
Everywhere All at
king for
Once
me.
is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would have to look at the full list, but top of my head, wasn't Moonlight an A24 movie?
Yep.
That
Yep.
was pretty
It's
good.
familiar.
Yeah.
Lady Bird, was that A24?
I don't know, but it would be. It would fit the A24 thing. Yeah.
it's A24. I could be wrong now.
Lone Wolf with I believe this is the 5th super chat for the Reloaded channel, so we've hit our goal. Thank you so much, Lone Wolf. You guys can still contribute, and also there's another way now. I have a Ko-fi or Ko-fi, however you pronounce it. The link for that is somewhere. I think it shows up with Nightbot. So if you see the Nightbot, it'll post it every once in a while. If you want to contribute directly, Lone Wolf, the $2 super chat. It's going to be Doomsday next year. I feel like they're already working on that now. I'm seeing this not manufactured, this organic promotion with Doomsday, which worked really well for Barbenheimer. So I do believe we might see something similar to that in December of next year. Do you guys agree with that? Disagree with that?
No. I'm definitely seeing it. I am a little concerned for Dune, because while I think Dune will be a better movie, financially, I do think Doomsday is going to do significantly better than Dune Part 3.
I don't like. They might go for that, but I think that's a bad idea, because part of the idea behind Barbenheimer is that those two movies are so disparate. They're so different.
Different, yeah.
Yeah, Dune and Doomsday are literally going for the same audience, exactly the same.
And
So,
they're so
yeah.
heavy. Like both are so event films. They're
And
so
they're
big.
long. They're both going to be long movies
Both
Yeah.
too.
3-hour movies. You're gonna be sitting there. I think we're talking about this. It was somewhere else. I don't think you could do that both at once. Like I think that one was fun because one was like an hour and a half, the other was 3 hours. It worked. This is two big movies. I could not go either or. I could not like sit still through Doomsday as I'm waiting for.
What if what if I do Doomsday, right? And then I do like a 30-minute break in between the movies so I can come outside of the theater and like live stream for a bit and say, this is what I thought of the movie, blah, 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 whatever. And then go into the next movie and then come out and live stream what my thoughts are on that. I think that might be fun. That would be a fun way to do it. But you're right. 6 hours in one theater it's a long one
too
there.
heavy. Yeah.
Columbia Rican with, I believe this is 3 out of 5 super chats in the Debunks channel. And a channel member, thank you so much, says, I see your last video and I remember watching the video and waiting on when the Jester Belle was going to reveal her racism. I mean, I think it's already been revealed.
Yeah.
I mean, like not openly, but kind of. I did a video, I think 2 or 3 days ago that Darren made me aware of from comic book CBM Cringe. And it was the one about LGBTQ and black people in Marvel movies or something. Do you remember that tweet? And I'm like, I was like, well, what are we counting here? Like, if you count the movies, there's like 60 things between the movies and the TV shows. Only 3 movies have had black leads, and none of them have had gay leads or trans leads or anything like that. Yeah. And I'm like, so what are we complaining about? Like, supporting characters? I don't understand what the issue is.
No.
So
that name rings a bell. What's that?
I mean that's the thing that like I think that's the post I made where it's like there's been what 40 like almost 40
around 40 movies, and like 20 shows. So
20 shows, and between all of them there's maybe been 3 queer leads. 2 of those have been in the TV shows, and then like one of the leads is like Deadpool, which is obviously great for Deadpool, but like that's not necessarily like huge representation for the queer community.
Well, Deadpool's representation was very shallow. There wasn't much to it. It was just
I was also gonna say, like, in the movie they haven't even firmly established that he's LGBT.
No, he just made comments.
Yeah.
But if you go on the TV side, you have Agatha all along, which has 3 of the queer characters in one show, right? And then outside of that, we don't have much. Fastos is probably the only main character in the movies that is openly and canonically story-wise a gay character. And then when it comes to black characters as leads of movies, there's only 3 that we have. And on the TV side, I think there's 4 maybe that are leads. And if you count Secret Invasion, which is an ensemble cast, even though it's about Nick Fury, it's kind of an ensemble cast. In the movie side, it's literally Black Panther 1, Black Panther 2, and Brave New World.
Yeah.
I don't count Secret Invasion, not because I don't count Samuel Jackson's lead, but just because I won't forget about that. I won't.
Well, the funny thing was when I was looking it up, I went online and I was like, give me all the Disney Plus Marvel shows because I wanted to look through the list or whatever.
Yeah.
The list that was compiled in the article literally didn't have Secret Invasion on it. I was like, it's missing Secret Invasion. Because when I made my video, I couldn't remember if I remembered it or not, but I was just like, it's totally missing Secret Invasion.
Talk about a series with potential. Oh my God, worst ending to a series ever.
Oh my gosh. Let's see here. All right. So Lone Wolf, we got another super chat, and then we're going to watch the Thor teaser that has been officially released. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat says, did you see that dumb Vera Dark said about Stranger Things that Andy Signor and Sean Chandler both clowned her? If not, I'll DM it to me because I don't want it to be spoilery. Like, don't type it in the chat. Send it to me, and I will decide if we can talk about it tonight or next week. Because if it's from something before the finale, then I'm totally good with that. If it's something within the finale, I'm probably not going to discuss it because I feel like it's too spoilery. But go ahead and send it to me privately, Lone Wolf. I appreciate it. All right, so let me get the trailer for Thor here. I did have it bookmarked, I believe. Yeah, here it goes.
Have you seen this yet?
No. I've seen the pictures of it and like a really bad rip of like one scene, but that's it.
I like this one a lot more.
I have seen it.
Yeah.
So everybody's seen it but me?
Yep.
Yes. So.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Should I cry? Is that allowed? I don't know.
You can, man. It is 2026. You could do whatever you want.
Okay. All right. So I want to say before we watch this, I have been a fan of every Thor movie except for Love and Thunder.
Except for.
Except for Love and Thunder. My favorite Thor movie is Ragnarok. However, I am a huge defender of the second one.
Okay.
I know people don't like it, but I enjoy the second one. I think Loki is great in that movie. So I've been a defender of that. So Thor is probably, as far as the OG Avengers, probably my favorite character.
Okay.
So I hope that this teaser, like he solidified it for me in Infinity War. When he came down from the sky and he just fucking cleared everybody, I was like, okay, this is my favorite character.
If you like Infinity War Thor, you are gonna love this teaser.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah.
I hope.
Here we go. I did. That was actually one of my favorite Thor moments was his stuff in Infinity War.
Yeah.
So.
Father, all my life, I have answered every call. To honor, duty, to war. But now fate has given me something I never sought. A child. A life untouched by the storm. Lend me the strength of the old fathers, so that I may fight once more, defeat one more enemy, and return home to her, not as a warrior, but as warmth, to teach her not battle, but stillness, the kind I never knew. Please, Father, heed my words.
Peak.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so much better than the last one. So much better.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Like again, I don't love I Love and Thunder. Oof, what a memory. But like I was like, okay, I can get behind it because this like even the roots put it on the like even a god has to say a prayer and it's like woof. Woof.
I mean,
like, all right.
part of me gets why they opened with Steve Rogers because it's something not everybody knew. But this was so much stronger, and I think it would have been better just to open with this.
This is like... Go ahead, Darren. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, I came out of this being like, this is incredible, but I was also like, I kind of wish this was just Thor 5. Like, this is the exact tone and style I've been begging Thor to go back to for a long time now. And, like, what a good concept for a Thor, like, a final Thor movie. Like, I've been begging for, like, Logan, but with Thor. Like, a movie where Thor has to, like, now he has a child, and he has to, like, circle back to his lessons from the first movie and pass it on, pass his legacy on to the next generation, and, like, try to shield her from the world that he's been afflicted on. Like, that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm almost nervous Doomsday doesn't have enough time. Like, there are too many characters, and this is such a rich plot for Thor. I'm like, I don't know if we have time for this.
I think it's obvious at this point. Like, we're going to, almost certainly, what's going to bring together is the kids. Dr. Doom's kidnapping kids. And, you know, I assume these will be powerful kids or assume to be powerful kids. And that's going to bring a lot of these characters together. So I think it's an interesting concept.
I've been thinking, like, I think this trailer kind of made me think, okay, people are right about the children. Like, we have...
Okay, real quick. The time countdown thing is fucking stupid because, like, every time you rewatch it, it's like, it's not like
it's the wrong countdown. Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I have been waiting for this Thor to come back. I absolutely hated what they did with Thor in Endgame. I have talked about it extensively. I believe even on the showcast, Dane and I have a big disagreement about the, like, quote unquote fat Thor or whatever in
I have
game.
mixed feelings. I guess
I hated that iteration of the character, partly because they showed someone of a different body type being that way specifically because they're depressed and they hate their life. I thought that was a really bad standard. But I'm also not denying that people do go through body changes when they're dealing with depression. I just don't know if it was handled well in a movie where the character is a comedy character. Like Thor in that movie doesn't get serious until literally the very end of the movie. And even then it's not totally well done. And then we have Love and Thunder, which doesn't really allow him to tackle any of that stuff because we skip over it because of the montage we got in Guardians of the Galaxy, which should have been as Guardians of the Galaxy, and they should have done a whole movie based on what happened in that little montage that we got with James Gunn, which, by the way, I don't hate it. It's like, or montage we got in this one instead of with James Gunn. I don't hate it. I understand James Gunn had his own vision for what he wanted Guardians 3 to be, but we missed a moment to have a as Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which, by the way, Marvel, what I would love for Marvel to do, I'm going to go off on a rant now, I'm sorry. What I would love for Marvel to do is they could have done an as Guardians of the Galaxy movie that really didn't move the plot too much for the Guardians, but really moved Thor's plot along, like focusing on him as the main character, and then you would still be able to do Guardians 3 as its own movie without necessarily needing as Guardians of the Galaxy included. They could have done that. Well, we got what we got.
It really felt like they were setting up some sort of adventure with the Guardians and Thor, and it just felt like they're traveling together and now they're done.
Do a Disney special.
Why?
Make it an hour-long Disney special. We could have had it. Darren has really completely changed my mind about these Disney specials. A great Disney special would have been as Guardians of the Galaxy.
That would have been cool.
I mean, Guardians holiday special, Werewolf by Night. I mean, the Disney specials are awesome.
They could have done an as Guardians of the Galaxy special, tied it into a holiday if you want.
Yeah.
Do like a little 1-hour journey with Thor and some of the Guardians, and I think it would have been fun. It would have been really fun. But I digress. What are you going to say, Darren?
I was going to say, I do kind of have maybe a little theory about these children, at least like post Secret War. So yes, there's a lot of like little heroes kind of wandering around. Like we have, due to this, we have Love, Thor's daughter. We have Morgan Stark somewhere out there. We have young T'Challa out there. We have now Steve Rogers has a son / maybe daughter, I'm not sure. And so like we know they've been wanting to do this Young Avengers lineup for a while, but what's the main complaint is that now they're all too old. So I'm wondering if they're like, those guys are champions. Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, Cass, those are going to be champions, a whole separate team. This is the Young Avengers. And then post Secret Wars, obviously not now. They're not going to have like infant Steve Rogers walking around, but they'll do a time jump post Secret Wars where they're now all like 13 or something, so they'll recast all those characters.
We got Big Woke Joe is joining us. So.
Hey, Big Woke Joe, the casual bisexual.
Welcome to the team.
This is so funny. We do have some super chats here. Let's go ahead and jump through these. Where are we at here? Zap Rouse down. I can never say that name. Look, I like your name, but holy crap, I can't say it. $5 super chat here. I believe this is on the Debunks channel. Yes, it is. Which brings us to 4 out of 5 super chats over there. I can't believe they said Spider-Man Homecoming took place 8 years after Avengers 1 when everyone who saw those prior movies knew that couldn't be true.
It's always best to avoid that opening thing because it throws the whole timeline into
chaos. Isn't it like the very beginning of the movie, it like does a time thing and it's like completely wrong? I remember that. Why do you
I don't remember the exact math, but it was bad.
Have they ever retconned it? They could easily do that. They could just retcon it. Like, you know what I mean? Change it on
it's one of those things I wouldn't even object to if they changed it with future releases and stuff like that. Because it's just a word on text. I don't care.
I wonder if that was because Sony screwed up or because Marvel didn't tell them, or like how that worked.
I don't know if it was directly connected to this, but I know Sony had issues with essentially getting information from Marvel. And
Silhouette Animator says the MCU timeline book retcons it. So in the official timeline book, it retcons it. Okay.
Okay, so buy another piece of media, and then the timeline makes sense.
$5 super chat from Silhouette Animator. Hercules probably going to show up late after whatever chaos goes down. Are we going to get Hercules ever? Like, I know it was teased in
Better.
Love
It
and
was
Thunder.
Brett Goldstein. We need it.
You know what would be kind of cool? Like, they could use Doomsday to wrap up a couple plot lines. Like, you could have. Remember when Crisis on, Earth X opens up with all the various heroes just kind of doing their own missions, like, where they are before they all come up? Like, Flash is just fighting King Shark in the street and stuff like that, and then we pan over. Like, they could do that. Like, they could just have Thor fighting Hercules and then be like, see? We did it, guys. It's in there. Stop. Shut up about it. We're never seeing him again. But I don't know. I mean, I'd like Hercules. I think that'd be cool for Thor 5 to be the
Very Ted Lasso coded. Very
Yeah.
Ted Lasso coded.
I know my wife and I cheered in the theater in Love and Thunder when he showed up at the end. Because we love Ted Lasso. We were like, oh my God, that's fantastic.
Yeah. You actually really loved Love and Thunder, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's in my top 10 MCU movies. I love all the Thor movies. I'm not crazy about the second one. I don't hate the second one, but I'm not crazy about the second one. But Love and Thunder is far and away my favorite Thor movie, and it's one of my favorite MCU movies.
See, I do think Love and Thunder gets maybe too much hate, but like there are definite issues with it at the same time. There are no...
I can't even comprehend the hate. Like, that movie's got everything. It's got humor. It's so funny. It's got heart.
It's got really bad special effects and way too much.
I don't think it has
bad
special effects. Like there's a special effect. We've debated it on my live streams. There's this one special effect where the kid's like holographic head appears, and people kept making that a meme of bad special effects. And I'm like, how is that a bad special effect? The kid is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be a projection. Like, and it looked like a projection.
They can make it.
I thought it looked.
They
funny.
actually went in and changed it on digital, didn't they? Didn't they change the way it looks?
Yeah, and as I recall, it looked pretty much just as bad. But yeah,
and the movie shot on the volume. You could tell, like, it wasn't fully executed well to use that tool. I think in that way, it's fascinating because, again, another thing is also like the whole Stormbreaker thing with Thor and that relationship. And they're just like, wait, what the hell are we doing?
Oh yeah,
although Harrison brings up the cancer storyline with Jane, I thought that was really good.
That was actually my favorite part of the movie. I thought
that was more of that.
That's the thing. It had humor and heart. The stuff with Jane was like gut wrenching. That final scene where he's going into battle with his daughter, like as the father of a daughter.
Yeah,
I mean, like I had a tear roll down my cheek, and I'm like, I want that sequel. I want that sequel so bad. Thor and daughter in battle together. Like,
I don't know. Did you see? We just watched the teaser before you got here of the Thor Doomsday stuff. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna connect with the daughter. Like, it's gonna be a story with him and his daughter. So
yeah, but I still, that's an ensemble piece. I want a Thor 5 where it's the two of them in action together.
I agree.
Well, I'm not saying I wouldn't go and support it because I love Thor, but I think that this whatever's going to happen with the Doomsday and Secret War is going to crush whatever any possible timeline or storylines they don't want to use moving forward. I believe that's what they're going to do.
Here?
Ooh.
Do you think this is like Chris Hemsworth's like final out as Thor?
Well, I mean,
very possible.
Thor 5. They said Thor 5's in development.
Yeah, but they've said a lot of things are happening.
Why wouldn't you make it Thor 5? Every Thor movie has made a ton of money.
Sure.
Well,
maybe
if Chris Hemsworth wants to do more, then I say absolutely let him do more. But I don't know how.
I would agree with that. Like, I think it's down to Chris Hemsworth. Like, does he want to do more?
Yeah.
Like, again, also, this is your time where you have to decide if you want to do this for the next 10 years, right? This is your time where you're going to all these actors and say, hey, we're recasting people. We're getting new people inside these roles. Do you want to keep doing this for the next couple of years? And if so, or like if not, then might be like, okay, final outing for Thor.
I wanted to double check here. I think that the Thor franchise has been pretty consistent in their movies in terms of like making above their projected amounts. The first movie only did 400,
something like that.
Yeah, well, the first one did 450, but that was during Phase 1. Dark World did almost 700. Ragnarok did almost 900, and Love and Thunder almost did 800. So it's a pretty consistent franchise for them.
There's also been a lot of internet revisionist history on Love and Thunder. Like, I noticed people online try to pretend that movie failed. Like you said, it did very well at the box office. Got positive critic scores. It was a positive on the tomato meter, and it got positive verified audience scores. So audiences liked it, critics liked it, and audiences went to see it in droves. There's in no measurable metric did that movie fail.
I don't think it failed, but I don't like it.
To defend a lot of the people who are saying it failed, they've been saying it failed since the beginning. Like 800 million. Oh, it's a failure.
I think Love and Thunder for me, and I don't want to turn this into like because I've talked about it a lot, but Love and Thunder for me feels like 3 movies in one, and I would have liked to have seen each movie individually, but that's just my personal opinion. I think, like I said, As Guardians of the Galaxy movie would have been a lot of fun. I think that would have been a cool movie to do. I think a Mighty Thor and Valkyrie movie by itself would have been a lot of fun. And I think a gore movie with all of them together would have been a lot of fun. I think having all of that in one movie for me was just a lot to take on. And I personally just I couldn't really connect to each individual thing. The only storyline that was really memorable to me was the one with Jane.
I personally was shocked that they introduced a city of the gods and didn't have Gore kill any of them. And
But I'm not gonna.
Man,
I don't have a problem with people that like it, and clearly it made money, and people, critics enjoyed it or whatever. I just think that they could have done more with it, but it made money, and so it doesn't matter really what people say about it, negatively, because the movie ended up doing well in the box office. We do have a $4.99 super chat from KB Streams, which I think might be. Is it the Reloaded channel? I'm not sure. Let me check here. KB Streams is the Reloaded channel. Thank you for the super chat. We've already hit the goal, so we don't have to keep track of that anymore. I'm just going to do all the super chats as they come in. I think it's crazy they started Doomsday marketing instead of Spider-Man. Well, I don't know if Spider-Man is controlled by Disney. I think Spider-Man marketing is controlled by Sony.
It's Sony.
So
he has no say over when that goes out.
I was still expecting maybe something for Spider-Man.
They need to start now. What, we're now 5 months out from its release. It's getting it's getting to that time. It's time that you push that. Which, in fairness, maybe their logic is, well, it is Spider-Man, so it's going to do well. Not regardless, but I think they're pretty confident that it's going to do well. But still, maybe they're waiting for the Super Bowl as their big push. But we're getting Doomsday at Super Bowl, so I don't know if they want to do. But again, it's separate studios, so I don't know.
It's scheduled for July 31st, so 7 months out.
Yeah.
Is it July?
Actually, almost 8. Almost 8.
Okay. Cody here with the $2 super chat brings up something interesting. They're doing Children's Crusade for Marvel Comics. So I'm probably going to get corrected a lot on this because it's been a minute, but I believe.
You're on. That went out.
Oh. There's a weird echo.
Doom goes after the kids to what?
It was an echo, dude. It was like Skynet took over.
Is it still echoing?
You were muted, and then you were echoed, and then you were all fuzzy.
Wow. Okay.
I think StreamYard was cracking out there for a second.
Okay. Am I okay now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I believe Doom goes after the kids, these younger kid characters, to go looking for Wanda in order to, I believe, use Wanda's powers or something. I'm not totally sure about that part, but he does that because he wants to warp reality. So I think if what Cody's saying here is true, they could be adapting this storyline for Doomsday to lead up to the Incursion events that will create the Secret Wars movie. Mm-hmm. Because we've always wondered what Doomsday was going to be. What was this movie going to be? Because we know what Secret Wars is. But how do we get to Secret Wars? And if it's Doom collecting kids to warp reality, that could break down the barriers that will cause the Incursion events.
Do we think Cyclops has his kid in this movie?
Oh.
Are we doing Nathan? Are we doing a baby Nathan?
Oh my God.
Gable? Nathan? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's Nate Gray and there's Nate Summers, but yeah, it could be one or the other.
That would be
shit.
Is that how we get Josh Brolin in this thing?
I'm sorry. I probably butchered that storyline, but that's the gist of it. Doom is collecting the kids like Pokemon. So yeah, I mean that could be the storyline. I didn't even think about that though, because I've only read that story once and it didn't even cross my mind.
We still need that Thanos Cable crossover story.
I think it's a follow up to like House of M and a couple other things, if I remember correctly. Scar from She-Hulk.
Yeah, we gotta get back to that at some point.
Mm.
Oh my God, Cody, you
They'll
just
do
blew
that
my
in
mind. This
She-Hulk
$2 super chat just blew my mind. Now I'm gonna have to like look into that. Silhouette Animator with the $2 super chat. Counterpoint, Starjammers movie tied to the X-Men. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that could be fun. I mean,
I think the Starjammers are very. I was gonna say it's Guardians of the Galaxy coded.
Yeah.
So the last thing we need to do is a Starjammers movie with James Gunn directing. Like, don't do that because the Chuds will lose their mind on that one. So none of that.
But let's face it, they'll lose their mind anyway. Even in
True.
If they bring in one James Gunn element, they'll be like, ah.
But Nathan Fillion is the voice of. Oh, here we go.
Like, oh my God.
Fellas, I'm gonna have to head out.
Okay, Ronan. Thanks for hanging out.
Take care, man.
Take care, muchachos. Happy New Year's, everybody. I'll see you next time.
Happy New Year's, bud.
See here, Lone Wolf of the $2 super chat says, Theory, Doom took Hope. Jeed dead, Cyclops loses it. So Hope Summers.
Okay.
What about Rachel? No love for Rachel, one of my favorite characters from the comics. Go ahead, Darren, what were you going to say? Sorry.
Oh no, just like I could see I don't know. I'm curious. Did you see the private thing I sent you?
Yeah, I have it queued up.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, we'll talk about that as soon as we're done with the super chats. Let's see here. Columbia Rican with a $5 super chat says, so are they doing the babies of the Avengers? They are passing down the torch due to the aging of the actors. I've been thinking about that for a while. We've talked about that a little bit. But the funny thing is, like, Chris Evans isn't really that old, and neither is Chris Hemsworth. Like, they could do another decade as their characters.
I think Chris Evans is a year older than me, and Chris Hemsworth, I think, might be a year
younger.
Well,
Chris Evans is actually younger than Anthony Mackie, which is, like...
Yes.
At this point, though, you know what? Just keep them. Like you're going through all this effort to bring them back, and I was like, you know what? Just keep it. Just, like, keep them going. I don't really think Chris Evans really wanted to be done that badly. I think Downey wanted to be done, and they're like, okay, we're all going to go out together kind of thing. But, like, as nervous as I am for Sam's role in this next couple of things, like, just keep Steve around, make the money, do whatever. Like, doing all this for just one movie, then to send it back again, it's like, all right.
You know what? I thought about this, and this kind of crossed my mind when we were talking about how it's kind of wrong for them to bring in Steve when Sam really hasn't had a chance to shine as Captain America. Chris and Anthony are really good friends in real life.
Yeah.
Like, you see them hanging out together. They go to events together. They watch sports together. They're friends in real life. I can't imagine that Chris, somebody who seems to be a nice guy, would do something that would be negative towards Anthony from a business standpoint. So I feel like if he's coming back, there's probably some concession that Anthony still has to be Captain America. Do you guys think that's fair?
Steve is Cap. I think Steve. I think Steve
or Nomad. He could be Nomad. They could give him another code name.
Some other version of that, and like it is making me a little frustrated where people are like, "Oh, the Russo brothers are going to take it away from him." Look, why would they do that? One, they were the ones to give Sam the shield in the first place. That was a Russo brothers movie. One, they were also the ones to introduce Sam in the MCU in the first place. Like, this is all they have been the front and center of Sam's journey from the very beginning. So I think they are 100%, like, probably one of the reasons they were okay coming back is like, okay, who's our lead? Sam? Oh, we introduced him. So yeah, we're okay, letting him be our new lead. Like, that's a character they actually know. They don't know the Fantastic Four as well. They don't know the Thunderbolts, but they know Sam. That's like the guy they know that's in this movie. So I hope so. I of course, I'm nervous about how it's going to be executed. I think what I'm more nervous about is the fans. I'm more nervous about because people are going to come out of the movie and they're going to be like, "Oh my God, Downey's back!" Steve is back, and the X-Men is back. They're not going to be talking about Sam. They're not going to be talking about the Thunderbolts or,
our new Fantastic Four. Our new
yes, exactly.
But the reality is, like, to be completely honest, I mean, with this is all comic booky shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's almost no Avenger that could beat Sentry at all. So, like, if
True.
Sentry goes all out, they're pretty much fucked unless Captain Marvel shows up. So, and even then, she can't deal with the
Trying to
whole,
think.
you know, when he pulls her into like a reality warping thing. Like, she can't do anything about that. So,
I'd be interested to see how Thor handles him, but that's about the only one I can think of.
well, actually, I think the only person that would have a chance against him just out of sheer power would be Wanda, Scarlet Witch.
He wouldn't
Yeah.
win, but I'm curious about characters like Professor Xavier and like Magneto would be really. I think Professor X would be fascinating to see their back and forth. Like, can he go into his mind and like?
So,
Yeah.
like, I want the chat to say now, chat, what character in the MCU, including like any characters we know are coming in Doomsday, what character, if it was 1v1, could beat Sentry if Sentry went all out with access to the Void? I'm just curious who you guys think. I don't think there's anybody except Wanda. I think Wanda's the only one I could say that would have a shot. But that's just me.
Franklin,
What do you guys
is,
think? Anybody?
Um,
Well, Franklin Richards
Doctor
maybe,
Strange
but
would
not
have
as a
to
baby.
trick him and get,
Oh no,
like,
Sentry
a shot.
wipes Galactus the floor with Galactus. Like Galactus doesn't. beat
Obviously,
Sentry.
Gaia is the only right answer here. Everyone's favorite character.
Yeah. I like. There's a whole storyline
God,
where
damn it.
there's a whole storyline where Thor and Sentry go around policing the galaxy together because they're so powerful. There's a whole comic book storyline on that. So anyway, Columbia Rica with another $5 super chat says, "I'm annoyed that Disney doesn't use the Clone Wars CGI animation studios to do some MCU or other non-Star Wars stuff. Not that I'm complaining." Is that studios? We're talking about the one. Wait, which Clone Wars are we talking about?
See,
CGI. So that was the
Well,
second
the
Clone
CGI
Wars.
one, yeah. Second.
Yeah.
I hate the animation on Clone Wars. Like Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, I think it looks terrible. I mean, the aliens and the droids look okay, but the human characters, like Anakin and Obi-Wan, I think they look like garbage. I find it hard to watch those shows because of how bad that animation is.
What is your favorite animated stuff from Disney on the TV side, Joe? If you had to pick something.
I liked Star Wars Resistance,
Okay.
the 2D animated Star Wars show. I thought that looked really good. Are we talking like animation quality? Like or
Yeah,
just
yeah. Like what? Like if you're thinking about one thing you watched on Disney, I would say we'll do like recent. So last 20 years, something you've watched in the last 20 years, where you really like the animation style in it, and you'd like for them to do more of it. Because I know Disney uses a lot of different varieties of animation.
I don't think it counts. It's not Disney. I thought Spectacular Spider-Man was really good. That's not really Disney though. Fantastic. It's Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I like.
That's one of my
X-Men
favorites.
97.
So Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is one of the ones where people were worried about it because in still frames it looks so much like a comic book, but I think that's why it works well in animation, in my opinion.
I mean, X-Men 97 is some of the most beautiful animation I've ever seen.
I would
It
agree
is
with that too, yeah.
gorgeous. Like, there are frames of that show, I'm like, they could do that? Like,
Yeah.
how did they do that on the small screen? That looks like Spider-Verse level shit.
Now I gotta ask. I didn't watch X-Men 97. Is the animation on X-Men 97 better than the animation on the 90s show? 'Cause
yes.
I hated
Yes.
the animation on the 90s show.
X-Men 97 is like it's like the perfect ice cream you could ever taste. Like it's so good.
Okay.
That's like,
So
like
good.
legitimately
the
my favorite
best
thing
version
Marvel
of the
ever
X-Men
wrote.
ever. It's
X-Men 90s cartoon was uneven throughout the series.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't. X-Men 97 is like the perfect version of that style of artwork. Like it's really good.
Okay.
just everything that's good about the original animated series and none of the bad, pretty much.
See, because I never liked the original X-Men cartoon. I thought the animation was really bad on that, but I really liked X-Men Evolution.
It's dated. And
What about What If?
I still definitely go
I
for X-Men
enjoyed that.
97 over What If. What If?
Yeah, Darren's shaking his
I mean, listen, I don't hate it as much as most people, but I don't think the animation looks especially.
What about Eyes of Wakanda, Darren?
It looks okay. I mean, I feel like it's just kind of like an extension of that What If style.
Yeah, I was about ready to say, I feel like Marvel Zombies, What If, and Eyes of Wakanda are all kind of in the same thing.
Darren,
in terms of animation.
I got a question for Darren. You said you don't hate it as much as most people. Are you talking about the style of the animation? Because I remember when
Both.
What If came out, it was kind of beloved. People went crazy for that.
Yeah.
Like Captain Carter was like, people went crazy for Captain Carter.
because Captain Carter's awesome.
I didn't. On my
I
side
love
of
Captain
the
Carter. I love that
Yeah.
character.
I mean, I'm a sucker for Haley Atwell too. So
Oh, yes. All right, let's see here. We got a member chat from Big Fieldy, a member for 3 months. Thank you for the support, Big Fieldy. Love and Thunder was great. As a father, it hit a lot of emotional points for me. Fatherhood and love over anger and vengeance. And I think, Joe, that's one of the things you said connected for you, right?
Oh yeah. No, the final scene with him as raising her and them going into battle together. Like I seriously got misty eyed in that final scene. I don't know. I love that movie so much because it gave me all the feels. I think I got emotional over Jane's death and the cancer story. I got emotional over the fatherhood angle, and I laughed from start to finish because I think it is hilarious. I have the goats on a T-shirt. Those goats crack me up. The whole jealousy between the Hammer and Storm, I thought it was so damn funny. And Russell Crowe is great in that. Yeah, I don't know. That movie's got everything for me. I think it's like a perfect movie.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yo-Yo says Children's Crusade was a Young Avengers story. It has nothing to do with collecting kids. The kids went after Doom. Scarlet Witch was thought dead, but found. So yeah, I got a little bit of it wrong. Like I said that it's been a while since I'd read it. I didn't remember the exact story beats, but I knew it connected to Wanda. I knew it had to do with Doom. I knew the Young Avengers were doing it, and it happened after House of M. But thank you for correcting me there. I do appreciate it. It's still cool. And actually, I was going to go back and read it because I've got Marvel Unlimited. I was going to go back and read the storyline now that that's been brought up. Oh, wait. We got someone in the green room here. Jake is here. I wasn't sure if Jake was going to make it. He is.
I wasn't sure either, but here we are.
Yeah. Well, you got here right before we talk about something Darren shared, and then we're going to talk about our movies. So if you want to
I just saw Love and Thunder being brought up. I'm like, do I really want to come on right now?
What do you think? What do you think of Love and Thunder, Jake? Go ahead, give your thoughts on it. Oh, okay. Well,
I agree silently.
Jake disagrees with Joe.
It didn't help that it came
Shocking.
It didn't help that it came out on my birthday.
Did it really?
Yeah.
But don't you appreciate your birthday gift of Love and Thunder?
Let's just say I did not have enough drinks before getting into that theater.
Oh my gosh!
I can say one of my favorite movies of this past year came out on my birthday.
What was that?
Snow White.
Wow!
It was actually my birthday movie.
Yeah.
I went and saw it.
I still haven't seen it just because I don't.
Happy New Year, guys.
I don't.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you, Jake.
I heard that according to the chat, I heard there was X-Men chatter going on. So.
Oh, we were talking about the animation for X-Men '97. So.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Shout out to a couple years ago. Oh, I'm sorry, Jake. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it mixes 2D and 3D brilliantly. And if you ask me, Invincible should take notes.
Ooh.
Can I jump right into '97 without watching the original?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna be missing like a couple Easter eggs and like
There is,
stuff, but like you can enjoy that show on its own basis. You know what? Watch the final 2 episodes of the original show because it does kind of base around those final 2 episodes and where it leads off.
Well,
but
I think you're good jumping in. The last season of the original X-Men animated series is rough.
My partner watched X-Men '97 without ever watching an episode of the original.
You can't enjoy
it. The original X-Men cartoon is my favorite animated show of all time, so I feel pretty strongly about it.
$5 super chat from Silhouette Animator. Sadie Sink equals Rachel Summers. I know people keep saying that, but I don't believe that, and I'll explain why in a second. Who traded places with Monica when the band sent her to the X-Men timeline. Look, I know you're not saying that. It's a question mark on here. I don't think it would do Spider-Man any favors to dabble in the X-Men stuff. I just don't think it would. I don't think it's necessary, and I actually think it would be detrimental.
For this,
it all for me, it all depends how
mediums,
it's told.
yes.
Yeah. I think with Spider-Man, they want to give us the indication that this new trilogy is going to be about the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man type stuff. Adding an X-Men character into that feels like you're going too far outside of it.
You're getting your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, not Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Right.
Yeah, of course, I don't know. They already have Hulk in there, so I don't know.
And Punisher.
Yeah, but I think Hulk and Punisher can still be a street-level storyline.
And supposedly Florence Pugh is in the movie also.
I have a feeling that might be a cameo, though.
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
But I have my my crackpot theory. Everyone hates it, and I'm like, that's fair. It's not a great theory, but I'm still thinking it's some kind of Norman twist. Like it's like an Osborn of some.
Oh.
Where like it's
What?
like off
Sadie?
the beat thing. Yeah, Sadie. It's not like it's it's not like one that we know. It would be like this original character, but it's like they come up with like and like we end the movie being like, hey, what's your last name by the way? It's like Osborn, and you have his like spider tense is tingling because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I know that last name. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh okay.
Have
this
they
is-
introduced any
what is
porn
this
yet in
mean?
this universe though?
No,
I don't
no.
think
Which is
so.
Well, what's going to happen is she's going to show up, and her character's name is going to be Max, and she's here from the upside down.
Oh my
And-
god.
Dude,
Best
I
character
just
in that fucking
Things
He's
show.
actually in a coma, right?
I just got out of the finale at the movie theater.
Yeah.
My God, what I haven't had that great of a theater experience in a long time. Like,
I wish
the
mine was
audience was
fun.
cheering, and
Yeah.
there was applause. There was like gasps at certain. I was such a.
I'm
great
doing
theater
like
experience.
the stream on Monday is going to be all about that, so I'm so excited to talk about it because we're
I
going to talk
liked
about
it,
spoiler
but
thing.
man, yeah.
Silhouette Anime with the $2 super chat. I guess we were talking about Sentry, Gia from Secret Invasion or Gaia. However, I can't remember how to pronounce her
Gaia.
name.
I mean, I think they have a good point if we're speaking seriously, but god damn it, I hate the fact that a spy show starring Samuel L. Jackson ended with the two most powerful characters in the MCU universe at that
Super
moment
Skrull
fighting each
and
other.
another Super
Oh.
Skrull.
Let's
Yeah.
not call that
I
abomination
hate that so
Super
much.
Scroll,
I hate
please.
So funny. So Columbia Rican here says, "OMG, that's blasphemy, Joe," with the $2 super chat. What was that in
what
reference
is-
to?
Yeah,
Could have been a couple
what
of
is-
I don't remember.
I'm a little curious about Ghost Bumbles. Ghost Bumbles said Sadie Stink is probably going to be playing the female character that works with the Punisher, and I'm wondering if that was a typo or if he just really hates Sadie Sink.
Oh, the Clone Wars animation. This is what Columbia Rican was talking about. That you hated it.
Oh,
That you hated it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, I don't know. Do people really like that?
Jake, do you like the
It's
Clone Wars
popular.
animation?
I don't hate it.
I liked the 2D version, the one that like the Cartoon Network was. It what's his name?
Samurai Jack of people.
The Samurai Jack guy. I thought that looked great.
I think
But-
Rebels had better animation.
We have a $2 super chat from Lone Wolf. Have you seen the rumored Doomsday fights? I'll DM. I haven't seen it, but you can totally DM me. We can talk about it. If it's like rumors and not some confirmed thing. I did see there were supposedly leaks of costumes. Did you guys see that?
No.
Okay, we'll look at that too tonight as well. I don't know if they're true or not, but we'll look at them. Columbia Rican with a $5 super chat says, personally, the Clone Wars animation that was used in the Tales series, Bad Batch, and in the new Maul series is peak animation. I want more of it.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you
cool,
sound
cool.
great. Yeah. Does anybody have any thoughts on this at all? Because I like Bad Batch. I like Bad Batch. I think it's
I'll
a
be
good
honest,
show.
I haven't gotten into really any of the Star Wars animated stuff.
Same. Unfortunately.
I think Rebels is great. I mean, it was better than I thought it was going to be because I originally didn't have a lot of faith in it, but I was glad to be wrong.
I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen some shots and some clips from Visions and like some of that stuff. I know each one is a different thing, but some of that looks gorgeous. Some of that looks beautiful, and I need to eventually jump on the train of that show.
Yeah. And we have a $5 super chat from Silhouette Animator. Gendy Tarkovsky
Good mouthful.
would be perfect for the 1940s era Sandman Mystery Theater comic book adaptation and animation. This is the Samurai Jack animator, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, Samurai Jack and Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah. So this is the Sandman that you like, Jake, right? Like this era of Sandman, the 1940s,
Yeah. Yeah.
like the Wildcat era character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to
I
that.
knew what you were getting at there with that.
That's why I brought it up. I was like, Jake's probably knows a lot about this.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got a number of sensation comics from. I mean, they're not not all of them are originals. A number of them are reprints. I'm trying to track down a couple of originals from Sensations era, but it's difficult and, responsibilities.
I don't know if you saw this or not, Joe. It was a typo to Sadie. Sadie Stink, which is... I'm surprised the Chuds haven't started using that on their thumbnails. So Darren sent this
now
over.
they probably will.
They probably will, you're right.
Yeah,
so Darren sent this over. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I don't know if this is like an official source. I want to put that out there, but I did at least think it was an interesting conversation piece.
Were multiple people reporting this?
I don't know. I just saw this post going around. I was like, this is probably fake, but if true...
Well, let me highlight the...
Remember when the blue check meant something? Remember?
I wouldn't be shocked if this is true.
That's exactly where I'm at. Where I'm like, I don't recognize this name, but...
Well, it says here, editor-in-chief at Night Edge Media. What is this?
This
is a division of
Edge, is it?
It seems more like a scooper.
Okay, well, we can still talk about this one, one thing here. Avengers Doomsday will undergo... I don't want Grok to explain the post. I can read it. Jeez. Avengers Doomsday will undergo additional photography that will specifically be for actors who weren't able to film last year. Filming begins in April. So the thing is, even if this is true or false, we're not there yet. It's not April.
Yeah.
So we can just keep an eye out for this. Yeah. But if this were to be true, what do we think this photography would be? Like, what would they be doing?
Well, as soon as I saw this announced, people were saying, "Oh, is this going to be like Captain America: Brave New World all over again?" And then I'm like, "Hold the phone," because yes, they did have additional reshoots a year after. However, those, kind of infamously were quote unquote corrective reshoots to quote unquote fix things in the plot. Now, did they fix it? Yeah, that's a debate. But this is probably just going to be like, because of scheduling conflicts, I imagine. Or for people that maybe they didn't get a confirmation or a yes from until much later in that they originally wanted in the movie to begin with. That could very well be what this is. So.
Yeah.
My first thought out of it was like, Brand New Day just wrapped film. Like they just
sure did.
Like, everyone was so sure Tom couldn't make it because of filming, and I said back then they could always get him later. Like they could always go back and. I don't think he's going to be a big part of the movie, obviously, but I think he'll make him maybe a little cameo. I think
let's face it. If they could get Spider-Man in this movie, Spider-Man will be in this movie.
There will be a Spider-Man in this movie.
A Spider-Man.
If it isn't Tom, it's Andrew. If it's not Andrew, it's Toby. If it's not Toby, it's freaking
make more.
Yuri Lowenthal. If it's not Yuri Lowenthal, like they will find a Spider-Man and they will.
Nicholas Hammond,
Nicolas Cage.
I mean, yeah.
So here, these are a few of the leaks that supposedly came out. Now, I'm not saying these are real or not. These are things that are getting shared on Reddit, so take it for what it is. But here we go. This is the Doctor Doom leaked suit, which doesn't surprisingly look like it could be like this could be the real thing to me.
Yeah.
Well, but it doesn't look like the image that we got a few months ago with all those like park attractions.
He kind of looks like AI to me. Like,
well, that's what I thought. But there's more. There's more though. So like we have this is Chris Evans, who's not wearing a Captain America suit, which is interesting.
Said Steve Rogers will return. That's it.
Then we have Reed here, where it looks like they're switching over to like a pant and jacket type look.
Oh, why did they pull a Superman on them?
And Yelena just looking like she got out of the shower. So
I'm sorry, that jacket on Reed looks like somebody contacted James Gunn. They said, "Hey, that jacket material you used for all your guys on Superman, let us have some of that."
I would totally wear that.
Can we have Guy Gardner's jacket?
Cool. But
yeah, look. So Anthony says the AI, this image is hilarious. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I don't think these are real, but
that mask looked
that's the
incredibly
thing.
fake.
I thought that the fucking Steve Rogers teaser was AI, so
right.
Yeah,
it could just be super underwhelming.
All right, so
that Doom image that we got like a couple months ago was like had a lot more detail on the mask and a lot more detail on the armor too.
Not only that, I also feel like it looked more comic book accurate to me.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. It looked like something you would see out of Doom in like a Marvel Capcom game or the Ultimate Alliance series. Amazing games, by the way.
Right. All right. So what I'm going to do here is, before we talk about Zootopia and a few other topics, let's just kind of go through this. We're not going to spin the wheel or anything. We're just going to have people toss out their favorites or least favorites, whichever you want to do. Doesn't matter. You can give a shout out to something you didn't like if you want. So I'm going to toss out, and let me know if if it's on your list. It can be on your list. Number 3 for me is Sinners.
Ooh.
Sinners is one of my favorite movies this year.
It just missed my top 3.
I think it's excellent. Matter of fact, it's now getting a lot of the magazines and the award stuff are getting called out for not properly showing love to Sinners. Like leaving it out of articles of best movies of the year and stuff like that. Only because you're doing like a top 10 list and Sinners isn't in it. It's like, what are we talking about? It was definitely one of the best movies of 2025 if you're putting in a top 10 list. So it's number 3 for me. Does anybody else have it on their list? And if you do, because we're doing let's do top 3. I'll put it next to your name. I want to do this because I want to see what the chat thinks is their favorite list when we're done.
I can definitely throw something else in there because I have so many contenders. I think it was a decent year, honestly.
Me and Darren might share one. I don't know.
Well, if you do, we can still put it in your list. That's why I'm not doing it as like a thing where you have to take one out. So top 3 for me. We'll just go down the line here, and if anybody has one in your list at a different number, because I want to do 3 to 1. So 3, 2, 1 for everybody. So Darren, what is 3 for you? I guess
3 for me would be Predator Killer of Killers. The first Predator movie I ever watched. I watched most Predator movies. I asked our friend Ronan, who was on here earlier, I was like, this thing looks cool. Can I just watch this? Do I have to watch the other stuff? He's like, yeah, I guess, sure. And yeah, it's a beautiful movie. It's such a creative new invention in the Predator universe. So, yeah, I thought Predators was great.
Okay.
It was a good year for them.
Joe, what have you got at your number 3 spot?
Well, I kind of feel if we're doing top 3 that I should go with the movies that inspired me to go back to the movies multiple times.
Okay, cool.
So if you don't mind, I'd like to real quick throw out 2 honorable mentions.
And if anybody did a top 5 and you just want to toss out your honorable mentions, you can.
2 movies that both starred Jack Quaid would make my honorable mentions: Companion and Novocaine. I thought Companion and Novocaine were both excellent. But for my number 3, I'm going to go with Snow White, a movie that I saw in the theaters 3 times. I saw it on my birthday, loved it so much that I went and took my daughter and my wife to see it. They loved it so much that they insisted my oldest daughter had to go see it, and we went as a family. So it was one of those movies that was like the snowball effect. I saw it, loved it. I told my wife, you got to see this. Then she loved it, and then my oldest was like, well, I want to see it too. We just kept going back.
Okay. Fair enough. Does anybody else have any of these on your list that have not said it so far? Okay.
I have Sinners on my list.
Oh, do you? What number is it for you?
1.
1. All right, let's do that. I just want to make sure that we do that before, so we don't. Whoops! What the hell? All right, and you can explain why when you get to your number 1. All right. So that brings us to Bob. Bob, what is your number 3?
There were quite a few gems this year. Some movies I want to put on this list, but I'm not. Sinners is one of them. Another one, 28 Years Later, which really took me by surprise. Another one, and I'm brain farting. There's another one I definitely want to shout out, though. Give me just a second. Thunderbolts was definitely one as well. But I already have a superhero movie in this one, so I decided to push that one aside.
Okay.
It's a solid year for movies. Mickey 17 was a fun one. Mm-hmm. I like the new Sisu, but none of those made my top 3. My number 3 is going to be Wake Up Dead Man.
Oh. All right, let me get it.
Just so much fun with that one.
Wake Up Dead Man.
loved that movie.
All right. Anybody else have that on their list at all?
That is my number 2.
Okay. All right.
It would make my top 10, but not my top 3.
Maybe I'll give my honorable mentions once you get back to me.
Yeah, sure. If you want to, that's entirely up to you. Yeah. All right, Jake. So wait, did you say, Joe? Did you say it was on your list?
I said it would make my top 10, but not my top 3.
Okay. All right, Jake. So what do you got? What is your number 3?
My number 3. Darren brought up this franchise a little bit earlier. I'm going to go with the other one that came out this year for this franchise. I'm going Predator Badlands.
Ooh.
I had a blast with that movie. Really, emphasized, people fighting against corruption, finding themselves, and just really just coming into your own when you have so many different odds stacked against you. And the fact that you could find all those themes like that in a Predator movie, I thought was pretty terrific. And the original Predator was one of my all-time favorite movies, and I haven't loved the franchise as a whole in a while. I mean, I do still really enjoy it, but as far as specific installments, Prey was decent. I didn't love it as much as everybody else did, but this is the first Predator movie, along with Killer Killers, that I've loved in a while.
Okay. Well, since that was my number 2, I will second that and say that Predator Badlands was a lot of fun for me. I've defended the movie quite a bit online, especially to a lot of hate channels that love to spread lies about it. So for me, I'm just going to go ahead and say that was my number 2. I'll save my number 1 in case no one else says it. Darren, did you want to talk at all about these, or did you want to go ahead and give one of your honorable mentions?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll give my honorable mentions. Obviously, I love Sinners and Wake Up Dead Man. Those were both fantastic movies. For my final 2, I'll just go through my 5 and 4.
All right. Go ahead.
My number 5 was Zootopia 2. We've talked about it a lot on here. I think it's in your thumbnail for this episode.
Yep.
I was so happy that there was finally a good Disney sequel after probably forever. They finally got one right, and that's such a incredibly fun world to dive back into. It has a great mystery, has some great politics, has some great themes and ideas. And I'm glad. I think out of all the movies to make a lot of money this year, this is probably the best that made a lot of money in terms of the Minecrafts and the Lilo and Stitches and stuff like that. So I'm happy that's making a lot of money.
Fair enough. All right, Joe, what do you got at number 2?
All right, my number 2 has to be Tron Ares.
Wow.
I saw it 3 times. I am a huge Tron fan, and like I've said multiple times, it's a better sequel to Tron than Legacy, which I like Legacy, but Ares is just a better sequel to Tron.
I would agree with that, except for Jared Leto. It was it would be so much better without him.
And that's the thing. I don't like Jared Leto. That's a testament to how good it was. It was good in spite of Jared Leto.
People in the chat are okay.
I mean, I do think it's good, but Jared Leto really got down.
People in the chat are going crazy over at Joe's choice here. If you don't like someone's choice when they do it, you could throw bananas. We'll just say bananas for people.
Well, to be fair, it was a well-liked movie from people who saw it. It didn't do well at the box office, but it got really good audience scores, and it's actually got the highest audience scores of the 3 Tron movies.
No, I think it's totally decent. Just Jared Leto is the worst.
There's not going to be dishonorable mentions, but I guess you could call it that. We'll ask anybody if they have any movies they think were stinkers this year that they want to shout out when we're done with this list. But yeah, so Bob, what is your number 2?
So real quick, the honorable mention I was forgetting last time. Good Fortune. Good Fortune is a really fun movie with a really scathing critique of capitalism that I'm a sucker for. That's not my number 2. My number 2 is a comic book movie that made this list. It's Superman. I just love James Gunn's Superman. Did a great job with it.
I'm glad you liked it, Bob.
Did anyone else have Superman on their list at all?
Oh, it's my number 1. I saw it 7 times in the movies.
It is definitely not on mine.
It's in my top 15, but not my top 10 or
All right.
I like it.
Anybody want to give, like Bob talked about it, since it's your number one, Joe, you want to give any reason why it's your number one? And because it is number one on your list.
It's just like a perfect movie. It's got everything you want. It's hopeful. It's very comic accurate. It's got humor. It's got my boy Guy Gardner in it. Come on, that alone is something right there. No, I loved that movie. That's another movie. I got misty eyed quite a bit in the movies this year, and Superman's speech to Lex at the end. There were tears rolling down my face at that moment. Yeah, I love that movie.
Okay. All right, that brings us to Jake. What is your number two?
So my number two, one that I thought was gonna get the full-on placement a little bit earlier, but was just kind of mentioned and put to the side. So I'm gonna give this one its flowers here. My number two was actually Thunderbolts.
Hell yeah.
Loved that movie a lot.
It's a good
I
one.
think that because throughout really most of my life, I faced a lot of dysfunction in my family, and they just that movie taking a bunch of broken individuals coming from different backgrounds, and that whole aspect of found family mixed with the mental health themes is. I've said this for the past number of months now. I think Thunderbolts is what the MCU forgot it could be, and
An argument can be made. It's good.
I adore that movie, and like it's you might think that it's low stakes compared to some of the other ones, but because they went smaller in scale, that let them go deeper with the characters and the thematics.
Okay.
Loved that, and with how good Jake Schreier did with this movie, if he's the one to helm on X-Men, then count me in.
All right. With that being said, Thunderbolts was my number one. I had the most fun with that movie this year in terms of like seeing characters kind of experience new things. Sentry is a character I never thought I would see in live action, and they nailed that character for me 100%. Perfect interpretation of that character. My honorable mentions would have been Superman, obviously, and the weapons. Superman and Weapons would have been my two honorable mentions. So, but that leaves us with Bob and Jake with the only ones left with choices. So, Bob, what is your number one?
So, funny thing you should mention Weapons, because, God, what a great mystery. A great horror movie. And I love the...
Is that your number one?
Idea. Yeah, it's my number one. Just how it explores how children are pretty much weaponized in our culture to kind of do evil things. I like that exploration as well. It's just a really cool and interesting movie that just made me think. I really love that movie.
All right. With that being said, Jake, we are down to you and your number one.
All right, cool. Here. Okay, cool. We're back. My number one, I'm surprised this did not get mentioned yet. I really thought it was going to get mentioned earlier. And this
Minecraft?
Hell no. This is a movie that I am so glad I got to experience. And just as a film lover, this one especially made me happy. I'm going with Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah. Good movie.
Okay.
Yeah. That's another one that I would definitely mention. So
I adored that movie. This is the second year in a row where my favorite film is a horror monster film, because it was Nosferatu last year, and it gets. I love the parental themes that it throws in there. The feeling of just rejection by society, that feeling of all the self-doubt, inner turmoil that Victor goes through. And I really can't say enough words to do my love for that movie justice, but I'll just keep it brief. That's a movie I'm so glad I got to experience, and Del Toro is up there as one of my favorite filmmakers, and I just love that this was something he got to tackle. It's been something he's wanted to do for a long time, and as soon as I saw this movie, I'm like, that's my number one of the year, no question. I knew it right then and there. I did have one honorable mention that actually didn't get mentioned yet.
Yeah.
If we're at the end of it, just another one I wanted to throw out there. on the topic I was talking about earlier with Thunderbolts and the family aspect, I'm gonna throw Fantastic Four out there too. I like like that one a lot. I think for similar reasons that I liked Thunderbolts, the familiar aspects, you actually got to see, heroes praised as heroes, but also challenged. The really unique setting, the different time they got to play in their own sandbox. They weren't restricted by whatever MCU had done before, and just I think it's one of the same reasons I love a movie like Multiverse of Madness so much is just the sheer creativity that you see on that screen, and I think Fantastic Four exemplifies that extremely well.
Let's see here.
So yeah, Harrison, actually, Anaconda. That one was another one I wanted to mention. I'm glad you reminded me because I knew I was forgetting something. Anaconda. I'll just say that I'm not going to spoil anything as it just came out, but great movie, fun time. Love
really?
That one. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Heard a lot of good things.
I do like
Did you not
Tandy
like it?
Newton. I am tempted. I am.
Yeah.
I might try it.
Is it not really your thing?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I mean I may try it. I just heard kind of some negative stuff when it first came out. So
Oh, really?
I'm kind of shocked that it seems like it's turning around a bit since the initial reviews dropped. So
You know what movie nobody's mentioned, and I don't think a lot of people saw it, but it's definitely a movie worth checking out. There was a movie this year called Life of Chuck.
yeah,
It's based on a Stephen King
I
story.
heard good things.
It's Mike Flanagan. It's just a beautiful story. I mean that's a movie that I didn't get enough attention, and I think I can't recommend that one enough.
you know what I'll give a shout out to while we're at it. I love a good 2D animated movie in the cinema. Shout out to The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. That was fantastic. That was such a fun time. I'm so glad that both this and Coyote vs. Acne is making their way to the cinemas. Just the fact that both got released at all is a miracle. And the fact that this was good, it was like a really, really solid, fun family movie. So shout out to them. I wish it made more money than it did.
Well, Harrison, I'm glad you watched Anaconda and liked it. And after my recommendation, glad you enjoyed the film. Really liked it a lot. It's funny because Eric mentioned Minecraft. I was about to say, like Jack Black's just really entertaining to me in general. I did not go see Minecraft, so I don't know if I exactly have the best case there. Huh?
I didn't see Minecraft in the movies for two reasons. Number one, I don't play Minecraft, so I don't know anything about the property. And number two, I kept hearing all the horror stories about the audience misbehaving. But Warner Brothers sent me the disc for review, and I was surprised at how funny that movie was. That's actually a really entertaining movie. And the great thing about it is you don't need to know a damn thing about Minecraft, because I don't know a damn thing about Minecraft. It's just fun.
I mean, it's a sandbox game, so
yeah, and it's the same guy who made Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite. So it's like I kind of knew it was probably
one of those movies is good.
I'll save that for our worst list.
Well, we don't have to do a worst list right now. I just thought I'd give people a chance to do a shout out of something they didn't like. So
Yeah,
if
I
you
did
have a
not
couple of movies you didn't like, go ahead, and then if people want to just like debate it with you, they can. So
I thought Minecraft was probably one of the worst theater experiences I've ever had.
I don't like Minecraft, but I didn't hate it either. I mean,
it just and none of it worked for me. I thought the script was weak. I thought the performances were not on the actors. I think they had good actors in there. I just didn't think they had enough to work with. I'm glad the people who loved it. Like I have friends where like that was my favorite movie of the year. That's so many of the like younger generations like Endgame moment, which is as silly as it sounds. Like it means a lot to some people.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It didn't work for me. Maybe I'm at a point where maybe I'm even too old for the like brain rot, like kind of stuff. I'll give two more if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lilo and Stitch. I also was not a huge fan of. I thought, I think it worked to a point, but I think when you kind of just like make the same movie again, but just worse this time, doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I heard what they did with the villain, and that dissuaded me from seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have worked, but they didn't
So-
do it right.
While we're doing this chat, go ahead and shout out who you think had the best top 3 list. Just go ahead and do that in the chat.
I'm actually
just
curious to
shout.
see
I want to
this.
see what people say. Anyway, go ahead, Darren.
And then my last one, and this might be Paige's favorite movie of the year, Eric.
God.
Smurfs was my least favorite movie of the year. Which, you know, in terms of the worst movies of the year for me, it could have been worse. It wasn't like horrendous, but it also just wasn't good though. It kind of just does stuff for an hour and a half and expects it to be cinema. Although there is a very weirdly satisfying like multiverse scene where they're literally like hopping the Smurfs multiverse. And I was like, for a second, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is cool. And then I was like, oh no, it's not. All right, back to my common sense.
Ooh. Oh wait, Hassan says because Jake and Eric's Joe's is the worst. Wow.
Hassan's got bad taste. What can I say?
Yeah.
Bob and Joe, according to Big Fieldy there. Harrison says close between Darren and Jake. All in the game says me. Let's see. Columbia Rican says I have to go with Eric because of the choices are basically the movies I really enjoyed and loved. Let's see. Oh, Paigey had the best list.
Good work, Paige.
Yeah, it didn't
Speaking
even make
of
one.
Paigey, I have to remind people about something as soon as we're done with this. Let's see. Saigon says Eric's because I actually seen all the films on his list. Ryan Cannell's list.
Oh. So I put together some worst of 2025.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm
Yeah,
just
go
gonna
for
shout
it.
it out real
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, yeah.
My number 3, Wicked for Good. I think it started out strong, but like the last half turned into just Wizard of Oz remake, and it pissed me off no end. Number 2, I'm giving it to Megan 2.0 because that was just it was a dumb, silly horror movie turned into a dumb action franchise, except it doesn't work as an action franchise, and I did not enjoy it. Number 1, I'm giving this not because I think it was necessarily the worst one here, but like this is a franchise I love. I'm giving it to Section 31 because.
Oh my God! I forgot they came out this year.
Why?
I really enjoyed Section 31.
Actually,
I thought that movie was so much fun. It gave me serious Guardians of the Galaxy vibes.
I'm in the top 3 worst also.
Okay, go for it. Just say what it is.
I already know one on here people would disagree with.
Oh no.
So for my number 3, and maybe a lot of people will like this one too. This one really disappointed me because I wanted to like it because it had a director that I liked, had a screenwriter that I really liked, an IP I really liked. Had to go Jurassic World Rebirth. I was not a fan of that movie. Number 2, probably the hottest take of the night. One that I wanted to like.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, you probably do. Director's been hit or miss for me, but man,
here it goes.
Superman just wasn't for me.
I knew it. I knew he was going to say Superman.
Listen, I'm glad a lot of people liked it. It just wasn't for me, but I will say I'm really looking forward to Supergirl. My number 1, I did have one dishonorable mention, I guess, which, as Bob said, Section 31. I thought that was cool. I hated that movie. I really thought it was bad. And my number 1 is actually one he also mentioned, which was Megan 2.0. I thought they completely lost their way with that film in comparison to the first one. It just completely forgot what it was supposed to be and just went in all the wrong directions.
Ghost Bumble says Anaconda is on their worst list.
Hey, that's their opinion. I enjoyed Anaconda a lot.
But they also put Snow White on their worst list.
That's a bad take.
Oh, okay. I got people agreeing with me on Superman in the chat.
Wow.
And listen, I didn't listen. There are parts in it that I enjoyed, but
did you say it was too woke?
God.
I mean, hell, Terrific was the best part of the movie, in my opinion. But man, if I start on that, I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, I know. We need to chill.
I'm not saying everybody who says they don't like Snow White didn't actually see it, but I do believe most people who say they didn't like Snow White didn't actually see it.
You know what? I will agree with that, Joe. I will agree. I think most people hating on it were hating on it 4 years ago before it came out.
I mean, it didn't make my list because I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna rate anything.
I love half of it. I think half of it's like really strong, and they're doing some really cool stuff. What stuff I want them to be doing in these live action reboots, and then there's the other half. One particular person,
Gal Gadot.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I thought she was great in it.
It's funny because before it came out, people thought it was going to be the opposite.
Yeah.
Rachel carried that movie on her back.
Dude, Rachel Zegler's a better actress.
The music in that movie is exquisite. It's the same songwriters that wrote The Greatest Showman, and like those are talented songwriters.
Hey, Hassan, I hope you enjoy Frankenstein. That was a biblical experience.
All right, so Latin Shark with a super chat here goes, this is their list. Number 1 is Bad Guys 2. Number 2 is Wicked 2. And number 3 is Zootopia 2. It's a sequel list.
Are those the best or the worst?
Best, I think. Okay. This is from back when we were doing the best. Yeah,
Bad Guys was weirdly good. Like I wasn't expecting much from it, but I came out, I was like, that was solid DreamWorks. Like that was a really solid one that I talked about.
And we went a lot of years
battle after another yet.
That's the Margot Robbie one?
What?
No, One Battle is the Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Yeah. What's the Margot Robbie Colin Farrell one?
One Beautiful. It's like
Big Beautiful, Big Bold Beautiful Journey or something.
Yeah, the one that sounds like Trump's having a conversation.
That looked really good, but I heard it wasn't.
Darren, that's funny.
Beautiful.
Damn it, Darren.
All right, so $2 super chat from Lone Wolf says that their top 3 is F1, Marty Supreme, and Sinners.
Great list, fantastic list. I will say, I do most of my I watch most of my best movies of the year at like March around like Oscar season when they put out their full list. It's like, okay, here's are the best movies of the year. I'm like, gotcha. I'll watch these movies then.
I think if I were to pick my worst, it would have to be The Strangers Chapter 2. I really hated The Strangers Chapter 2. But for me, the most disappointing, and I don't hate it, but the most disappointing is Fantastic Four because I wanted to love it, and I didn't.
Okay.
That movie's awesome.
Ghost Bumble
I
says...
just think it took itself too seriously. It needed more humor.
This is going after Jake, and this is a direct and personal attack on Jake. Frankenstein was mid. They made the monster into superhero, and the special effects were lackluster. They made the monster too sympathetic. I've read the book. The Kenneth version is still closer.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Yeah, I think it was personally about you. I think it was.
Special effects were lackluster.
Yeah.
My God, the scene where he's got the thing on the
well, Joe, he wasn't attacking you; he was attacking Jake.
I know. I'm going to back Jake up here.
That was kidding.
That was my boy, the Henson Company, doing the animatronics on that. No, those effects were fantastic.
Yeah,
oh wow! Ghost Bubble says the fire effects in that movie were horrendously bad.
Speaking
Superman's flying effects were worse.
Yeah. Columbia Rican says I like Fantastic Four, but I felt the same way as Joe did on the movie. So
it just needed more humor. The Fantastic the comics, Johnny and Ben bickering with each other. A lot of that was missing, and it just felt deadly serious. And then we get to that final scene with the car seat, and I'm like, this is what I was looking for. This is perfect. Where was that the rest of the movie?
It's sprinkled throughout, but I don't know how much humor you want to put into the movie about a being coming to destroy the Earth. You need to treat it somewhat serious too. So
somewhat serious, but give us a little levity.
Let's face it. We already had 2 Tim Story movies where they added way too much humor, and they were terrible.
I like those better.
Ghost, I just want to confirm that was a personal attack on Jake and that you meant to hurt his feelings. I just want to confirm that, Ghost. If you could confirm that for me, that was personally about Jake and you were intending to hurt his feelings specifically because of Frankenstein. If you can confirm or deny that in the chat, that would be great. While we wait,
I'm going to go ahead and grade that attempt an F for effort.
All right.
Also, Darren, I actually thought I thought somewhere in your honorable
damn it, Ghost Bumbles, you ruined my night. You ruined it. I was trying to get something going, and you ruined
Yeah.
it for me. I'm just kidding.
No,
Go ahead.
Darren,
Right.
I thought somewhere on your list you were going to throw How to Train Your Dragon on there.
No, I don't. I mean, it's fine. I mean, listen, it is a great movie, but it's the same movie I watched, 15 years ago. That's also a masterpiece.
You know,
I disagree.
It's why I didn't go see it because it looked exactly
Yes,
like
Cameron.
Haven't seen
Dragon
either
looks
one of them.
exactly the same.
I
I'm
disagree.
ready
It's a different experience. It's a different experience, and it hits you differently. But
I got the same exact experience out of it. Personally.
Okay, I love this one. Jake, Arrow Wildcat was peak Wildcat.
Yes.
You don't have to lie to hang out.
Peak.
Bobby always says, I feel personally attacked by ghosts. Well, the answer to this, yes, we're going to watch the Wonder Man trailer because we do have to wrap this up. But first, we have to talk about the other sort of semi-big topic, and it is that Disney is going broke because they went woke by making billion-dollar cartoon movies.
I actually do have to jump out at this point now that we're done on this. Just wanted to get those in and talk with you guys for a bit.
Have fun, Jake, and be safe. We'll see you when you get back.
I will see you guys next
Later,
time.
Jake.
Bye.
So Disney has officially up for sale because they've.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say Disney is going bankrupt. None of their movies are making money.
Yeah, Zootopia 2 has become Walt Disney Animation's highest grossing animated film of all time. It has earned $1.46 billion globally so far, and it's still in theaters.
Unfortunately, I just did the math. It needs $2.5 billion to break even.
Oh, does it? Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. But keep in mind that Disney is having a bad month because Avatar is also on track to make $1.5 billion right now, based on its trajectory. So Disney is going under, everybody. We're going to be doing our goodbye to Disney stream soon because they're going under. Look, money doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't really care personally, but I think it's funny because that is what matters to the grifters and the chud channels.
And they will
talk
ignore
about that.
statistics like this and Avatar just to bring up like Brave New World.
Well, they're not even talking about Zootopia. They're ignoring Zootopia completely.
Yeah. Are they even talking about Avatar?
Not a lot. I haven't seen
heard,
a lot about Avatar.
I heard a lot more about the second one than I have the new one.
Do you know what they'll often do? And it was Perp actually was the one who pointed this out to me. Like, remember last year when Mufasa came out, and it came out the same time as Sonic 3?
Yes.
Opening weekend, Sonic 3 beat Mufasa. Mm-hmm. And all the chuds and everyone had a field day with that, and they did a million videos on it. But Mufasa grossed more in its entire.
I was pretty sure long-term Mufasa
long-term
Sonic 3.
It buried Sonic 3, but you know what? They never did any follow-up reporting, and their viewers, we found it because they would come in the chat and they'd go, Sonic 3 beat Mufasa, and we'd be like, no, it didn't. Because they didn't follow the story through, and their viewers, tunnel vision, just believe what they tell them. So that's what they'll do is they'll ignore they'll if it looks down for even a second, they'll hit it and then they'll ignore it.
Well, one big thing that's always worth noting is that Sonic is an American franchise. It doesn't do terribly well overseas, but it's huge in America. The full numbers, Mufasa made $722 million worldwide. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 made $492, so it's not even close.
Right. Darren, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. They did the same thing this year with this movie because opening weekend for Five Nights at Freddy's, it was the number one box. It was the number one movie. And people was like, Disney's flopped. Like, can't believe that Five Nights at Freddy's beat Zootopia. It was like, okay, for one, that was its third weekend. That was his third week in cinemas. Of course, it's going to be the movie that just came out this weekend, and then instantly it passed it right back up again. And Five Nights at Freddy's is already on digital, while this is still doing, incredibly well. But again, like these movies are these silent killers because it's not the big topping points. Like, we're not seeing a lot of podcasts talking about these movies. We're not seeing a lot of videos, but it's the families. These families are seeing these movies not once, but sometimes twice.
I would argue that's also what's driving Avatar as well, is family viewings. Like, families going to see that movie.
Yeah. It's, it's those, like, again, like, there's not a lot of people in our circle talk about Avatar, but, again, we're not necessarily that common denominator. It's those it's those families who are home from the holidays and want to go see a cool action film inside the cinemas, which is why they should be keeping those December dates, because I think Avatar and Christmas works very well for them. I think people like to see that during
By the way, I would love for them to compare that David movie to this now. Where's all the people comparing that David movie?
Yeah,
to
I've seen all the commercials talk about how David is the #1 movie.
Right.
It doesn't say what, but it just says #1 movie, and I'm always just like, #1 what?
#1 movie to flop this holiday season.
Hey, it made $58 million.
I'm very curious here. So David has made 58. What is it? 58 domestic and 58 worldwide, because guess what? Nobody's watching it anywhere else except the United States.
Nope.
So wonderful. All right. So the other thing I wanted to show here is one more little Disney thingy, which is Walt Disney's 2025 worldwide box office clicks past 6.5 billion. It is the #1 studio. I want to reiterate this. We talked about this a little bit the other day. Co-chairman Alan Bergman says it showcases the strength of storytelling. And I think it's really funny because the Chuds are also not talking about this as well.
I mean, when are they
ignoring
filing
this as
for
well.
bankruptcy? Jesus Christ.
Right.
It's wrong.
And again, I want to reiterate, I think people should be judging what they love based on how much they actually love it and not how much money it makes in the box office. The only reason I even talk about this is because of the fact there's so many people that claim that Disney is failing and that these movies are woke and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Their shows are woke, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's all bullshit.
Like, I'm a big fan of Last Jedi, and when I go defend it, I don't trot out the box office number. I guess I could, but like that's not an argument for why I like the movie or why it's I think it's so good, because it's irrelevant to the quality of the movie. It's
B3WD says, I just realized Bob was here, aka the guy that outed Eric July. That's hilarious. Yes.
I always point out, when we were kids growing up, half the time you didn't know if there was a movie you loved that flopped at the box office. You didn't know. You just had the videotape. You watched it on HBO or whatever. And you're like, this movie's great. And we didn't follow that stuff. Like I know, it's not considered the best movie, but I grew up loving the 1987 Masters of the Universe movie with Dolph Lundgren. Huge box office bomb. I didn't know that was a box office bomb. I just grew up with the film. I didn't know it bombed. Guess what? I own the Blu-ray. The fact that it bombed, they can't take that movie away from me. Tron Ares bombed.
Every Tron movie bombed.
Yeah, and guess what? I've got the Ares on pre-order. It's coming next week, and I got the other two. They can't take them away from me. The fact that they failed they're on my shelf and I can enjoy them whenever, and it's irrelevant.
Well, yeah, because I think it's such a different era now too. Like, we are in such a sequel and franchise-rooted environment where, like, yes, sequels have always happened to an extent, but that wasn't really what people were thinking about when they were going to go see a movie. It's like, oh, well, I'm going into this movie expecting that this is it for a movie. And if it does get a sequel, great, awesome. But we are now greenlighting movies in the main pursuit that if this does well, it will build off of blank, or this will set up blank and this will set up blank. So unfortunately, the box office is important now for the future of storytelling because, again, Tron is actually a great example. Like, if you like Tron's success in this latest one is a problem because that means we are most likely not getting a Tron 4. And I know that is important for many people, and we do have to talk about that conversation. That is not something we really had to talk about during Tron Legacy because we weren't thinking, oh boy, it sucks we're never getting a Tron, at the time 3. It's like, no, it's just a Tron movie came out and it was great and people loved it. And that was kind of the end of the conversation.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't need a Tron 4. Tron in 1982 was considered a box office disaster in 1982. Guess what? I never thought it was going to be a second one. I got 2 more. I didn't think that was ever going to happen. What if they made a 4th one? Would I go see it? Absolutely. Do I need a 4th one? No. I got 2 more Tron movies than I ever thought I would have.
Yeah.
Columbia Rican says the right-wing grifters just use the same white nationalist supremacist argument that you hear from Nick Fuentes, talking about DEI and BLM as code words for their racism. I would even go as far to say they're not even using code words anymore. Now they're just saying it, which
they're
is
getting worse.
Crazy. All in the Game says Wicked for Good will end up grossing around 250 million less than Wicked. I know that does mean something, but in the bigger picture, I don't think it means much. That universe is still gonna make a bunch of things tied to Wicked, just based on the success of it. All right, we're gonna wrap this up by watching the Wonder Man teaser.
Okay.
But before we do that, I want to promo this for my channel. If you're watching on the Reloaded channel, which is where this will be, it will only be on the Reloaded channel. This Saturday at 5 o'clock New York time, you can catch Paigey for the first time in 7-8 months. He hasn't made content since August, I think. No, it was actually longer than that, wasn't it? It's been a while. It was over the summer. Anyway, this is going to be the after party return, but it's not going to be a weekly show. So if you want us to do another after party, and we're going to schedule it during this stream here, the one that I'm showing you on screen now, show up for this one so we can see that there's interest in it. I know a lot of people have been asking for Paigey. This first one will just be a catch-up stream. We'll find out what he's been up to. We'll talk about all the stuff from 2025. I know he wants to talk a lot about movies and things like that, giving his opinion because he hasn't made videos on it. And I know a lot of people have been asking about it. So if you're somebody that's a fan of Paigey and you miss the after party and you miss the streams we used to do together, that's what this is going to be on Saturday at 5 o'clock. If we get a lot of support, we will schedule another one in February. So you want to show up, right? You want to show up for that for sure. So make sure you turn on notifications for this stream. It's on the Reloaded channel only. So definitely go over and do that. And we appreciate your support. All right. Let's talk about Wonder Man. Yeah, Lone Wolf, I will check that stuff when we're done with Wonder Man for sure. All right, so here's a picture they're promoting with the Hollywood sign of the W for Wonder Man. I will say I'm really sad that they're not doing a ton with this show. I know they are doing some promo stuff now, but literally what's the point? It comes out in just a couple of weeks.
It looks like fun. And
yeah, I really hate that I feel like they're just disrespecting the show.
I hate they're dropping it all at once. I really...
I do too, 100%. Let me open up the trailer in another window. All right, so we got the trailer open over here. I will say this, based on the first trailer that we saw, I was super duper interested in the show because it felt like something that Marvel's never done. It also feels a lot like the Chair Company and a lot of these other like surreal type shows we're getting, you know, Pluribus, things that feel different from anything else we're watching at the moment.
Yeah.
And so very excited for that. Darren, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think television fans are going to enjoy this. I don't know if Marvel fans are going to enjoy this. So like this feels like they were just like, oh, we want to make a show just that's set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And
it's going to be a thing.
I bet you the Chuds wish it was more popular because, God, they would grift on this so hard.
Well, it makes me feel like Marvel is doing this with these black-led shows to avoid criticism.
It's like, God,
that's the part that makes me upset about it.
Can we just let the bigots be bigots and then we can just still enjoy stuff?
Yeah. All right, so let's watch the trailer. This might get removed. You guys know the routine. If they claim it, it's got to go. So
they didn't claim it on my channel, so
they didn't. Okay, well, let's see. I would hope not, considering the lack of promotion they're doing for it. They could use all the help they can get.
Yeah.
So let's go.
A superhero remake. Not exactly what we'd expect from an Oscar-winning director.
This is the wall. It's everything. If I get this close and I miss,
I'm gonna need you to sign this to confirm you don't have superpowers.
yeah. I need to be in this movie. I was born to play this character.
Acting is the sum of everything you've experienced. The joy, sadness, loss, heartbreak.
Cool.
The Department of Damage Control considers Simon Williams an extraordinary
Damage Control?
threat.
He was in he was in Marvel and Spider-Man.
What? Oh my god, this looks so fucking good.
I know. I hate comparing it. I'm like,
Are you gonna use super speed or what?
I'm gonna use my car, Trevor.
Does that mean you do or do not have super speed? Let's go!
Why are they
I
burying
like
this
that so much more.
show?
I like that so much more than the first trailer. It looks
They
so
should have put
fun
this out
and
first.
charming, and they're burying this. It
They
frustrates
should have
me
put
no
this out
end.
first.
This makes no sense. Oh, they doing all episodes. It makes no sense.
I mean, I know why they are, because they're prioritizing Daredevil, but they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
should give them both. They have enough weeks in the year to give them all time to breathe.
I just think they want that space, which isn't a good reason, but
even if it overlapped with Daredevil, you're still going to get more attention with a weekly schedule than you are dropping them all at once.
They can't overlap with Daredevil. I'm pretty sure that's a union rule, but they could still space it out so that it can have a couple weeks to breathe. Because this looks like so much fun, and it's just gonna be drop all at once, and then everybody shuts up about a week later.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want.
this should have come out first. This trailer should have come out first, because I'll be honest, that first trailer didn't do it for me. And like I was like,
right.
okay, I need to see more of it, but I think people wrote it off as like, oh, so it's a non-Marvel, it's like a non-superhero Marvel show. I'm gonna pass on this. This looks boring, which I think that's kind of a lame way to look at it. But you know, that's what a lot of the casual audiences say. Like I have a lot of friends who are like, I'm not gonna watch a show about an actor, which again, a weird take, but still, this should have been the first one. This should have been.
And I was just gonna add a quick addition.
Yeah.
I just love they have Ben Kingsley playing the goofiest fucking character possibly in the MCU. I just think that's hilarious.
I love him. Trevor is so funny.
Yes.
I love Trevor.
The idea that he's got powers but he doesn't want anybody to know because he just wants to live a normal life is very Jessica Jones coded to me.
Yep.
This
Which I
feels very
love.
Netflix. It feels very
But I love that about it. That's what I love about it. This would have made great weekly television.
Yeah.
Honestly. I would have been
He's
waiting each week for it to release.
He has the superpowers. He just wants to be an actor. He doesn't want to be a superhero.
And the Wonder
That could be
Man name
fun.
is based on a movie, which means he will become Wonder Man simply because he's the actor Wonder Man, which I think is a great way to sort of like introduce his character. But here's the thing that pisses me off. Chances are we will only see him in this show and then we will never see him again.
Yep. Got a good actor playing him too.
Which, in fairness, isn't automatically a bad thing. Like, I'm down for more Marvel Studios things to be like, that's it. We had no plans. I wasn't setting up anything. But
I think that's one of the issues that we had with phases 4 and 5 is introducing characters and then forgetting about them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a problem.
But I'm okay with it if they're intended to be a one-off, right? Like, Werewolf by Night wasn't made to set up sequels and stuff like that. It was like, hey, we just have a little thing we're showing, and it drops, and that's kind of the vibe I get. Like even when they were like,
we'll see how it ends. We have to see how it ends though first. Sure, like, does it end open-ended or not? You know what I mean? Like, if it does end and there's some definitive like Wonder Man becomes an actor and just doesn't he's not a superhero or whatever, that's fine. But if they end it with like this is like they mentioned fucking Damage Control in this trailer. Damage Control is it's a big story that a lot of fans of like the comics have wanted to see introduced into like the movies in a bigger way. And we've only gotten little bits of that in Marvel where it seems to look like they're leaning into something Damage Control related. We haven't like seen it in a big way. It seems like in this particular show, Damage Control has to have him sign off simply because they don't want to be responsible for him breaking stuff and destroying stuff as a superhero, which is hilarious. That as an actor in the MCU, you have to sign off and say, I don't have any powers. That's funny to me.
Is this set in LA? Is that the spot for this?
I would assume so, yeah.
Okay, so like I'm just like being like, okay, it's just gonna tie to Daredevil at all because we are building towards like anti-vigilantes. We're clearly building to like an anti-superhero arc, which I think is going to lead into the X-Men. era
just
of
think,
things.
just think, we could have had a West Coast Avengers with Wonder Man, She-Hulk, a bunch of other these random characters that are in this funny pocket of Marvel.
Yeah,
they could have done a West Coast Avengers TV show with all the funnier characters. That would have been hilarious. That would have been really good.
I mean, that's the biggest issue. Phases 4 or 5, and we'll see with 6. They just don't follow up with anything. And like something like Werewolf by Night, that's a fine example. One shot. Maybe we see a follow up. Maybe we don't. It doesn't matter. But like most of the stuff feels like it should have a follow up.
Did I mention this one from Columbia Rican? Love how the grifters keep moving with the goalposts. I thought I clicked it on, but I didn't. They do. Yeah, 100%. And before we go, there is a quick thing that I want to show from this was from, well, I had already commented on this, but Lone Wolf shared it. But thank you for the $2, Columbia Rican. Sorry if I already mentioned that, but if not, thank you. Yeah, Shang-Chi right here, West Coast as well. Yeah, I mean, that could have been a great series for TV. I don't know. So Stranger Things ends tonight. The series finale of Stranger Things is now playing. And Vera Dark, one of the biggest pick-me grifters. I don't talk about her very much, simply because it's so obvious what she's doing. It's not just the actors who won't get jobs again. It's everyone affiliated with the show.
Which is actively wrong.
That doesn't make any sense.
These people, almost all these people already have shit going
Well, look, right here. Bumpkins from Bumpkins TV says, Sadie Sink is in Spider-Man. Finn Wolfhard was in the 2 new Ghostbusters movies. David Harbour is in tons of stuff, including the MCU. Millie Bobby Brown is in lots of other movies. Winona Ryder is Winona Ryder. You seem miserable. Andy Signor here, who some people hate, some people love. I'm just going to read what he says.
Well, I mean, I don't hate his movie takes. I hate his interpersonal.
You are literally, well, I mean, he also sends people unsolicited videos of him masturbating allegedly. So there is that. But you are literally brain dead if you think that. It's Netflix's biggest hit ever and over-delivered in an era where no new IP exists. They'll all work again plenty.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be fair. I can't give anyone shit for sending videos like that because I'm showing everyone my dick tonight.
Oh my god!
Not to mention, I've seen a lot of the
engagement.
Yeah, but even
that's
the,
exactly
duffers,
what it is.
People are like, "Oh, the duffers are never going to work again." It's like, have you been paying attention? They just got a massive movie deal with Paramount. Plus, Netflix is also keeping them on to do shows for them in this Stranger Things. You are.
She's getting cooked. She is getting so cooked in these comments.
As classically happens.
LOY, because you didn't like the gay coming out scene.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
That is a massive hit. Naturally, after a massive hit, all the people who work on it never work again. Like, the fuck are you on?
I gotta be honest. I've never heard of this person, Vera.
I've heard of them. I've never covered
she's
them. But
awful. I have avoided her only because I cannot. You guys know, I'm bored. I want to watch something. I'll watch it. Vera Dark. This is why the I'm bored thing gets confusing for some people. Mm-hmm. When I'm actually bored, I would not choose to watch Vera Dark. She's someone that I don't want to watch when I'm bored or when I'm not bored or whatever boredom level I might be at. I don't want to watch her. She is very bad. Very, very, very bad.
Is she part of the Friday Night Tights crew?
She associates with them, but I don't think she's officially in the Fandom Menace. She does a lot of stuff, I think, with, I want to say, the Quartering Yellow Flash channels. I think she's done stuff with both of them.
Okay, so probably a bit more on the Comicsgate side, but
yeah, but either way, if you want to be bored to death, go watch one of her videos. She's got one of the most fucking monotone deliveries you could possibly. Oh, side scrollers as well. Yeah, she does stuff on side scrollers. So you said you sent Sean Chandler's response. Let me see what he. Let me see something. Did he retweet it for her? I can't see that there. Oh, my cat's trying to get in. Hold on a second.
Joe, did you see the new Muppet Show trailer that we got?
Oh wait, we could watch that. We could watch that too quickly before we go.
I haven't watched it yet. I just saw that it came out and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is what Sean Chandler said.
I really hope it does well.
Me too.
What kind of insane bubble does someone have to exist in to think the people behind the biggest TV event of the year or decade won't work again? People are wild on here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
like you can have your opinions. That's the thing. Like even the like, there are some like okay, there are some things behind the scenes you could be like, okay, those are some very problematic scenes, but like there are not much nuanced conversations happening with some of these actors. Like even the Noah Schnapp of it all, where it's like, okay, that is one aspect that could be like, okay, there are some valid reasons why they're getting beat, but they're being like, oh, well, they're the worst actor that's ever existed, or they're never getting work again, or like this scene was bad because it's like, okay, you can hate the actor, but like objectively, these things aren't as much as you're putting on it. And I think you do have to separate it a little bit and be at least a little bit honest with your analysis.
Brelly here says, are you all going going directly to bed after the stream ends? No, definitely not. I'm up till like 6 a.m. usually. So
yeah, I gotta get up.
So Lone Wolf, I'm going to save that because next week we'll probably be able to talk about the X-Men teaser. So we'll do the Doom fight thing you sent me after that. All right, I want to watch the Muppet thing quickly because I forgot about that.
It is a very short one, so.
Is it? Okay. All right. Let's do that. Here we go. I think I had it in my bookmarks. Oh, here it is right here. First trailer for the Muppet Show revival.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Sabrina Carpenter, who I love. She's amazing. All right, let's span that, and let's see. Why is it not playing? Did you notice it's not playing?
It's saying playing in picture. In, Okay, there we go.
There it goes. All right, hold on.
There we go.
It's the return of the Muppet Show. Back on the very stage where it all started and then ended, and is maybe starting again depending on how the night goes.
Oh well, they're very self-aware.
You're too sweet.
Go on.
That's a good combo. That's smart.
Yeah.
It's always been a dream of mine to be here.
Ooh, got any other dreams?
Okay,
All right.
February 4th.
What do you think, Joe? You're the Muppets person.
I think it looks great. I'm very happy about this. And you know what? We need the Muppets back in a long form, something that's going to last and keep going, because I am getting sick. Matt Vogel has been performing Kermit the Frog since 2018 now, and since there's no ongoing Muppets for like the past, over 5 years.
I was probably say, when did the last series end? When?
2015 that was.
Was it that long ago?
Well, there was the Muppets Mayhem series, but Kermit wasn't on that because it was all about the band. But for the past, like since 2018, every time Kermit does like a one-off somewhere, all the comments are, Kermit doesn't sound right. Kermit doesn't sound right. And it's like, yeah, you know why Kermit doesn't sound right? Because it's a different guy, dum-dums. Like, Steve Whitmire didn't sound like Jim Henson. Of course he's not going to sound like Steve Whitmire. He's not Steve Whitmire.
All right.
But Steve Whitmire got the same kind of criticism when he took over Kermit. But he did several movies, and he did the Muppets Tonight TV series. And over the course of time, people got used to his Kermit. And people need to get used to Matt Vogel's Kermit, and they haven't had the opportunity to do that yet.
Right.
So
well, we'll see. All right, let's do our polls and see what we got here. So on the Debunks channel, you guys have chose for me to ranking all chuds and grifters that I cover. So 57% of the poll. Yeah, I get to rank them. So I'll have to get Bob on to painfully do that with me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. And over on the Reloaded channel, we are going to be doing ranking all the X-Men films. So we'll do a tier maker list of that. Let's see. I think there's probably one.
I think I did that a while ago on my channel. I
think there's a list of that on tier maker already, probably, of all the X-Men films.
Oh yeah.
Lone Wolf says, $2 super chat. Can I get your opinion on the tweet that you just sent? Like your own tweet? Your own one? Or
like, did you find a tweet and you sent him the link, or is it your tweet? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to see here. We can talk about this one, but I do want to save some of the Stranger Things stuff for Monday. So we'll look at this, but I really want to talk about Stranger Things on Monday. So that's what that stream is going to be about. But I'll look at this here. So it's from Sean Chandler. You really like Sean. Like, nothing wrong with that. Just I noticed you send a lot of his stuff. The tweet here is from KFL Barstool Sports. Jesus Christ. Seems like everyone hates the second batch of Stranger Things. Is it valid, or is the Stranger Things derangement? Oh, Jesus. Derangement syndrome from the people who are desperate for the show to be bad, like it's a part of their personality. No, not everyone hated Volume 2, but a lot of people were disappointed or underwhelmed. Disappointed does not hate. Criticism doesn't equal hate. Every popular show has nutty haters. There's no reason to lump reasonable criticism with haters. Not all criticism is equal. I mean, my opinion on that is I've always held the same opinion about this, that you can have valid criticism that isn't actually hating on something. However, just to be very clear, saying that it has a woman in it, so it's bad, or it has a gay person in it, or it's bad, it has a black person in it, and it's bad, those are all invalid criticisms. They don't add anything to the conversation, that doesn't give the creators any sort of like feedback that they can work with. Matter of fact, if you're casting in the United States, it is illegal to exclude people from auditioning for roles because of their race. Even if you say you're looking for XYZ, you can't tell someone who isn't of that background that they cannot audition for something. So if they come in and they kill it like it's happened before, they will cast that person over who they were looking for because that person does a better job. So that kind of criticism doesn't do anything. So if you have a channel like any of the channels I typically associate with that don't like something for whatever reason, they can have a million reasons not to like it as long as it isn't some bigoted reason. And that's fine with me. I don't care. I'm not trying to be the opinion police.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like it's one of the most blatantly bigoted takes. If your whole critique is they made Will gay, it's like, no, you're an idiot. No.
Can I get you guys your opinion on something? I've heard varied opinions on this, and I'm really curious what you think. Personally speaking, when it comes to like race bending characters, like taking a character who's traditionally one race and moving them to another, there's only one time that I really dislike it, and that's when it happens within an already established continuity. Like, for example...
Oh, you mean like a recasting of a character?
Exactly. Like, if... I don't know. If... give me a character. If Brie Larson couldn't make it to Avengers Doomsday, and they're like, we're going to recast Carol Danvers, and they cast a black actress. I'm like...
Have you ever done that before?
Yeah, I was going to say, is there an example of that? Because I don't remember that.
The most famous example would be Billy D. Williams to Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes. That
Probably.
And Strange New Worlds. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the character of Kyle, who was the chief engineer on the Enterprise of the original series, on Strange New Worlds, they recast him with an Asian guy. And I'm like... This is supposed to be in the same canon, so
yeah, that's fair.
That bugged me.
I mean, they also did it with Admiral Forrest, but
yeah, I actually think that's
Forrest.
a completely different conversation, though. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't
that's
consider that
different.
to be.
I don't know. If the actor does a good job, I don't really care. I'll be honest. I don't really.
I would say
they don't look exact. They're not going to find an exact actor of the exact right ethnicity, so just find somebody who can do a good job.
I would say also, if it's not a main character, I don't think it really matters too much to me. Like if it is a character that's got a speaking line in like one episode once a season, I don't know if I care that much about it. But that's
they did it in the Naked Gun movies with Nordberg, because Nordberg was a white guy on the TV show, but then when they made the movies, it was O.J. Simpson. But that was a comedy, so I didn't take it too seriously.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can't think.
I was going to say, in reference to Star Trek, Transport Chief Kyle is not like O'Brien in TNG. He is not. He pops up occasionally, but he's not that relevant.
Well, I would say also if that's specifically what Joe is talking about, and you mentioned what happened with Batman in those movies. I can't think of another time that's happened that I can think of, like out of my own personal viewing history. Is there another time that's happened besides those two?
I've never really heard of it happening outside of just like the Doctor Who of it all, but like stuff like that's a complete
that's a whole different thing.
That's a whole different thing.
The Doctor can be whatever he wants to do.
That's the point. Yeah. Quantum leap, but that's the point.
Legit one of the most famous retcons ever, Doctor Who Regeneration.
Well, also I've said this before, and we've talked about stuff like characters and their background or whatever. If you're going to do a race swap for a character, I need you to, especially, well, I'll put it this way. If you're doing a race swap on a character that has an established history where the race of that character is important to the story of that character, the only way you could race swap it and make it work for me is if you're creating a story around that difference, like making it make sense. Like, for example, if a character has a history that is tied to some sort of culture, and then you're going to recast them as a person from a different culture in a TV show or a movie, then you have to update the entire story to work with that for me in order for me to take it as a reasonable change. However, if their identity in a story isn't tied to anything cultural or racial or anything like that, then I don't care who the person is. I want the best person to play the character.
Yeah, for me, it's just context is king. Like, you can make anything work. Some things will be tougher than others, but you can make anything work with the right writers, the right ideas. You can make it work.
I mean, Starbuck proved that.
Yeah.
Yes. Katie Sackhoff is amazing at Starbuck.
So Cameron here with the $5 super chat says, Deadshot from the Arkham game was changed from white to black, and it was dumb. I don't remember that. Wait, from the Arkham games to the Suicide Squad game? Because wasn't that considered part of that? I haven't played the Suicide Squad other than the demo, so I don't remember for sure.
And Columbia Rican, that Ghost in the Shell movie is not good, but she is Japanese in that, and it's so convoluted how they made that happen, and it's so weird.
Yeah. That for me would fall under, like, if it's all the same continuity, it would fall under that would for me, Cameron, count as what Joe was talking about. So I would say it's kind of weird when they don't give an example or give a reason for that.
I'll say it just to tie it into the conversation. This happens a lot in like animation.
Yeah.
But animation is a whole other ballpark. Like, I know in the 2020s, especially after the whole Black Lives Matter movement that was going around, and it still is going around, there was a lot of white actors that were like, oh wait, I don't feel comfortable playing these characters. I'm going to step back and let other people take on these roles. So that happens, but again, that's animation. That's a whole other industry. Like,
I do want to talk about that in a second, Darren, what you just brought up about the whole Ghost in the Shell thing. Big Fieldy here says they explained the race swap in game. Well, I didn't know that. I haven't played all the way through Suicide Squad. So let's see. Cody says an hour and a half ago MTV shut down its 24-hour music channel. Well, I mean, the thing is, here in the United States, I didn't even know they still had a 24-hour music channel.
I didn't even know they were doing any music channels anymore.
So the whole thing about Ghost in the Shell, wasn't that the one where the creator says that the character was not necessarily Japanese in his mind? Wasn't that
the way they explain it in movie? And it's been a while. I want to say I was 2016 when that came out, and that's when I saw it. I
remember hearing something like that from one of these movies.
She's a Japanese consciousness downloaded into a robotic body, is the way they explain it. I want to say.
Not that it makes it any better, but I think that was what they
Just
He
watch
loves
the original
animation,
anime.
yeah.
I swear to
Yeah,
God.
Lone Wolf of the True Super Chat says, sorry, he's my favorite critic on you. Oh, Sean Chandler. Okay, fair enough. I was just asking. You always share a lot of his stuff, and I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you were a fan or not a fan, is what I was getting at. I wasn't certain. But thank you for the Super Chats there. All right, with that being said, we're going to jump out of here. We've been live for almost 3 hours, but I thought we'd do something a little bit longer for New Year's Day. I want to thank everybody for being here. Ronan was in earlier. Go check out Ronan's channel. Jake was here, even though he was on vacation, I believe. So go check out Jake's channel. Darren, did you have anything you want to shout out before we wrap this up tonight?
I put out a new pipeline. We launched Pipeline Season 4 today. We did our most anticipated movies. It was like a most anticipated movies 2026 draft. That was very fun, so go check that out. I also have a joke to end us off, Eric.
Okay, do you want to wait till everybody else is done first before
Yes,
you do it?
yes.
Okay,
I'll
all
say
right.
that to you.
All right, Joe, anything you want to shout out?
Just Crazy Joe's concession stand doing live streams every Tuesday. Kind of got out of the rhythm for a couple weeks there because of some personal things, but we're back now, and hopefully it'll be smooth sailing.
And you're casually bisexual, so.
And I'm yeah. Let me throw this out there. If anybody can locate that clip, okay. Let me get backstory. If you weren't watching my stream on Tuesday night, somebody in the chat said that there was a clip where another YouTube content creator said that I was casually bisexual, which I don't know exactly what that means. But I said, well, who said it? And they said it was Steve Arts 89. Well, I've scoured Steve Arts 89's channel, and I can't find this clip. If anyone can find the clip where Steve Arts 89 said I'm casually bisexual, I want context. Could you please send this
that
to
on
me?
a T-shirt. That's amazing.
I said the same thing. I was like, that sounds really cool, right? I actually looked it up. Apparently, what it means is someone, from what we found out online and through some digging, is someone who has intimate time with someone of the same sex but does not form relationships on it. So it's like they will hook up with someone, but then they don't actually like do anything. So yeah, exactly. Formally bisexual.
Well, that's what I said on Tuesday. I said, does casually bisexual mean that I'm bisexual but I wear Hawaiian shirts?
Yeah, exactly. Bob, any shout outs before we go?
Yes, I should be, assuming my work schedule stays the same, I should be live covering comics and chuds on Monday and Saturday next week. Then we got the podcast on Tuesday. We'll be talking about Stranger Things on there. So if you want mine and Bobby Quarter's take, make sure to check that out. And my favorite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, there we go. There we go. And my favorite Christmas movie is probably, even though it's not really a Christmas movie, it takes place around the winter time, would be Coming to America.
That's fun.
Because it happens where there's snow outside, so we'll count that as a Christmas movie. So
My
anyway,
favorite is Gremlins.
Gremlins? Oh, okay.
Gremlins.
There we go.
Love Gremlins.
Darren, do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Klaus on Netflix.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a good one.
All right. So Darren says he has a joke to take us out. So go ahead, and then we will end the stream.
What's the best kind of book to read when you have a cold?
I don't know. What is it?
Sinus fiction.
Oh no, here we go. Outro video starting. Everybody have a good night. Hey there, if you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.